to get right to the shits?
Sure.
Hit it.
How did we even get here? Cause I swear I don't recognize shit here.
Just do it like that. Let's get straight to the shits.
Oh my.
I don't even want to do no intro today.
Oh my.
Brent, what the fuck is wrong with people? Let me ask you this question more how do I say, apropos?
I was gonna say, you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific than that.
Let me ask it a little more direct. What the fuck is people's problem with accountability? And what the fuck they do?
You're gonna have to be way more specific about that.
Oh, it's coming. It's gonna be more specific. But accountability in general with people, why is it so difficult for people to take blame for what the fuck they've done? What they do in a situation, and then to have a healthy adult response to it?
Because we never want to see ourselves as the villain.
Is that just that's normal human makeup, you feel?
Yes. We always think we never want to see ourselves in the villain. That manifests itself in a couple of different ways, including but not limited to a little thing called confirmation bias, where if somebody is told that they're wrong, they then dig their heels in deeper to fight for them being right.
In that cause, in general.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that. I feel like two things. This is too loud. First off, that's way too loud. But hold on. We're still live. Just give me a second.
Yeah, I'm still getting over this cough. I still got a little bit of the cough left. But that's the only. That's the only effect that's still left.
It's the only thing still trending in his cold symptoms. All right. Random fact too though. Flu symptoms. Sorry.
That shit was not a cold. I'd have been done with this shit a long time ago if it was a cold.
Well, sorry you got the fucking flu last week. That sucked, but it also led to arguably our greatest episode ever.
You were right. You could still hear you.
I know.
I just couldn't hear you.
I know.
You were right.
Which made it even funnier.
You were right.
When you looked back, I literally watched that episode back a couple times, and
you were 100% correct. We could still hear you.
I knew it. I knew it was gonna be like that though. But anyway, that episode was amazing. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. For anybody that hasn't heard it, go listen to it.
It's live on everything now.
Episode 78.
It's live on everything.
No, 78, right?
Yep.
All right, so 78 is fired. That's the one, guys. If you want to hear one, that's the one.
That was me taking accountability and admitting I was incorrect.
Exactly, Brent.
I just admitted to you that I was wrong.
Do you see how it ties in, Brent? Do you see that? Do you see how easy that was?
Yeah.
Last week you said, no, that's not the case. They're not going to be able to hear you on the playback. This week, you got new information, Brent. And guess what you did with new information?
Came in, and I saw the information. I adjusted accordingly.
What an idea!
I adjusted accordingly.
Holy shit, that's a thing.
It is a thing.
You get new information and you don't double down on the dickheadedness.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Is that what mature adults do? Because I don't feel like I know a lot of mature adults. I feel like I deal with a lot of people that are dealing with shit.
That was a missed ass dunk,
bro. It is the finals. You
missed
cannot
the dunk.
miss that right now. That's the fucking finals. You can't miss that dunk.
To quote Chappelle, who's in the audience, he just missed the dunk.
Man, listen. I just don't understand it. I don't understand.
Tell me about this accountability, Trey.
In general, it's not even one situation, which is the thing. There's one that's tipping me today, right at this exact moment, because I found something else out.
What's her name?
It doesn't matter. And this is not behind a paywall, so you will not know.
But it is a her, right?
Absolutely, fucking lootly. You think a dude is gonna piss me off like this? You think I'm gonna let a man irritate me this much? No fucking way. You have to have a vagina to piss me off this much. It is no other way. No other way. If you do not have a vagina, I will never be this irritated, because I will chuck the deuce in a heartbeat, or I will punch you in your face.
Do you want to break this down into men and women thing, or do you want to just keep on with the generalities that you're going on currently? Because we can do that.
Ask me questions.
We can keep on the generalities.
You go with it.
No. It was your topic, and you actually came in with a topic. I was shocked.
Fuck you, first off.
Like,
I come in with topics.
I
come in with topics. We've done this before. I've come in with topics. Relax, okay? Now, mind you, I took a break. Yes. But I do come in with topics. Mm-hmm. But in this particular instance, yeah, because it's on some shit where it's like, I just can't deal with, like, I feel like I'm a very put together human, right? From the perspective of, like, I'm a very emotionally evolved, in the sense of, like, if I fuck up and you can explain it to me, and at least, I even got to a point today I realized it's not even that I need to hear it in my terminology, right? I don't need to hear it in my love language. I don't need to hear it in whatever. Mm-hmm. What I need to hear is something that makes sense from your perspective. At least something from your perspective, what I know of you, make that shit make sense.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could fuck up and double park me for 2 days. Brent, what the fuck was that? Why the hell would you do that? I couldn't get my car out. I couldn't go to work. I couldn't do this. And then you say a Brent-like response that makes sense from your perspective. Well, I was going to move it, but an old lady was trapped in a house, and I tried to save her. I got heat exhaustion. They took me to the hospital. I couldn't move my fucking car.
More than my excuse to my cousins that one time. I don't know.
Which
I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I just ordered all your pornos on your shit. I don't know.
Yeah. But even that.
More than just that.
But that's a real response, though. So even that one probably would work for me because I can see it on your face. Like, oh, this guy's just an idiot. I get it. Right? It's different. You understand that. You're like, okay, all right. This motherfucker's he's off. I got it.
Yeah.
Right? You're not going to be as pissed off. But when a motherfucker will not take accountability for shit, even when you consistently take accountability for what you've done, even when it's really not that bad, even when you've really done nothing that's crazy, and you sit there and you're like, you know what, for the betterment of whatever the fuck, I'm going to take, they can just keep giving the ball away. The Suns do not want this championship. But I'm going to take accountability. I'm going to pull back. I'm going to chill, and I'm going to say, you know what, my bad. I fucked up. For us to be okay, for us to move forward, I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'm going to take this L because it's on me. Even when it's not really on you. That's regular if you fuck with somebody. And this ain't even gotta be on no fucking sexual relationship shit. This is just friendship and everything. You have to be willing to step back sometime and say, you know what? I can see they're going through something a little extra. Let me pull back. Let me chill out. Let me fall back. I don't understand why this is so difficult for so many people. I don't get it. And I'm looking for you, Brent, to therapize me. Is that a word? Therapize?
Sure.
Don't say therapize to me.
Sure.
But I'm looking for someone to fucking explain that to me because I don't get it. I do not get it. Explain, Brent. Explain your fucking humans. I'm sick of them.
Well, my question is, how long have you been here from Canada? Because
don't make me spit my fucking money.
Because not accepting responsibility is apple pie, mom, and baseball. God damn it, that's the American way.
Is it?
It is the American way. We do not like taking responsibility for anything.
I like taking responsibility when I fuck up.
Not only do we not like taking responsibility for anything, we refuse to learn from our past. We refuse to change anything that's in our past.
Who is we? Do you do this?
I have, and this.
When was the? Let me. Okay, I'm sorry because I'm on one. But when was the last time that you did not accept accountability for something that was like bigger than like, oh, I stole your parking space or some shit like that? When's the last time you just completely fucked up and didn't take accountability for it and try to put it on the other person? Like in a real situation. I'm not talking about, oh man, I even something like, no, you know what? Even you can give me an example. Even if you cut somebody off for a park. Remember your neighbors a couple months ago?
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers were parking and they were blocking multiple spots.
They still do that.
They
still do that.
They didn't learn?
They still do that.
They didn't learn?
Learn?
Yeah.
What is there to learn?
There was a lesson taught.
They're still getting away with it.
There was a lesson taught.
Nobody's stopping them. There's nothing to stop them.
I heard through the grapevine there was a hero in the streets that helped, and they should have learned from it, but they didn't.
There's nothing to stop them.
All right, got it.
There's nothing to stop
Chelsea,
them.
what up? Colin, what up?
Listen, that's part of the problem. There really is nothing to stop people from doing stuff over and over and over again as long as they can get away with it, except for their own conscience.
We're talking about accountability.
And unfortunately, Jiminy Cricket has long since been dead. You understand what I'm saying?
He doesn't pop up on your shoulder and tell you like you're fucking up.
Your conscience is no longer people's guides a lot of the times.
But what is a conscience really? And because technically, doesn't that come from how you were raised? Mm-hmm. And the religious background that you have at the end of the day. That's really what it comes from, right? Because how many people develop a conscience in their 20s, 30s? That's some shit that was put there as a kid, and that's what you consider your conscience. Am I right?
Yeah.
Because your sensibilities, right? Let me cut you off again. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be very cut offy in this podcast. Like hell on my Joe Budden shit. No, because they say I don't let you talk. But hold on. Look, listen. So when you're talking, right, and you have a situation where, what the fuck was I just saying? Hold on. Now I really am Joe Budden.
Conscious being your guide.
Yes, conscious being your guide. So something that somebody tells you when you're young kind of dictates what you do, how you move, where you go, right? In a sense, because I remember you telling me,
to an extent,
at a point, you were thinking, wife and kids, this is my thing. I'm 100% committed at some point, and it's gonna be what I do.
I thought that because I thought that's what I was supposed to do.
That's my point, though.
Not necessarily because that's what I really sat and thought about and actually
But
wanted.
that's my point. If it's not you per se, right? It doesn't have to be you. It can be somebody else's logic that got into you when you were younger. Like, for instance, my uncle sagged his pants all the time, right? So for like a day, I tried it. I fucking hated it, so I stopped. I thought it was the dumbest shit ever. Steve, that was a dumb thing. But the seduction side, you like it? Hey, I see you.
I just thought his lens was smudged, but all right.
It does look like that, right? I think I cracked my shit because I wiped it like 10 times. The colors is light though. That's Hollywood shit. But yeah, no, it literally is like those kind of things can get into you early where you pause, but where you get into a point where you're like you start to think about like
pause and get into
you. Don't get into me right now. Don't get into me, bro.
Don't get into me early.
But yeah, like literally somebody else's philosophy can get into you and change your whole mindset and the construct of how you think. So if that's the case, what point do we realize it's us versus them and conscience versus whatever the fuck they put into us ourselves? That's a lot of questions, but I need you to figure it out.
Everything is individual. On the grand scheme of things, you're asking about nature versus nurture, and was you're a kid, stuff that you're taught.
You seen
stuff
this preview?
That no.
This shit's awesome.
Stuff that you're taught, stuff that your your parents taught you, you were learned, how you were raised, etc., etc. All that could mean everything. All that could mean nothing. All that could mean
depending on the person.
Could mean 50% of depending on the person, how they all the circumstances that come together in their life. Not just those things. Like I thought about
like
that. None of it is really exactly the same. So like even from like you could have me for instance. I was born in the Church of Christ. I'm an atheist now. It had very little to do with anything in terms of like the way my parents raised me as opposed to what I observed myself.
What made you make that transition?
I was about 19, 20 years old, and I hit a crisis in my life, and I realized that and that led to me discovering and asking more questions and thinking more seriously and deeply about religion. Even from even on a purely fictional level, right? The Cosby Show, right? You had all the Cosby kids. All the Cosby kids were raised in the same household with the doctor and the lawyer mom and all the kids. We all saw on Thursday nights, right? And
was it Thursday all the time?
Thursday nights.
Never knew that. Just like our podcast. How do we even get here? Podcast. Every Thursday.
Every Thursday. And then Lisa Bonet's character, Denise Huxtable, is the wayward child. She goes off, gets dreadlocks, and marries somebody and brings some and all this other shit that the Cosby Why did she go wayward versus everybody else who stayed on the straight and narrow?
That's
you know
fair.
what I mean? Like it all means something or nothing. Nobody really knows the answer to that.
But what about you?
For me, it really does come down to my individual self and what actually makes me happy and the type of person I want to become. So when you're talking about accountability, responsibility for yourself, making changes in your life, that's not an easy thing to do. Is the other part of it.
For who?
For anybody. It's not easy to make
that shit
positive
seems so
changes
easy to
in
me,
your
dog.
life.
Like I swear to God, I'm an alien. Like on some real shit, where you said like, when did you come from Canada? Like on some real shit, I swear to God, I can look, Brent. I can look at
that
the
is
situation.
not an American thing. That is
Dog.
not a California thing.
Dog,
that is not a Southern California thing.
But I can look at a situation and tell when I'm fucking wrong. I can. Like it may not be right in that moment. I'm not saying like I do something wrong. Somebody says you're wrong, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm wrong. I knew it. Like, it's not like that. I'm not saying like that. But in the sense of, okay, you say something to me, this shit explodes in my brain, and I'm like, fuck. I was overreacting. I was tripping here. I shouldn't have been doing that. Like, that's a real thing for me. That's a real thing for me. And I don't have a problem with it. It doesn't bug me. It doesn't make me crazy. It's like, damn. And because I read this fucking book, Brent, this positive intelligence shit, right? This book that I bought, it was a New York Times bestseller. I bought the shit like when I was still with Kate, like way back, right? 2012, 2013, some shit. Bought this shit, and the book itself, right? It told me about forgiveness and empathy, right? And the way they said it was, you have to look at somebody and you have to, first off, they said picture them as a child, right? That's the first thing. That shit didn't work for me at all. I thought that was stupid as fuck. I don't give a fuck what they look like as a kid. I'll punch them in the face. Yeah. I'll punch a kid in the face.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Everybody was a child, and
that's my whole point.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, that's my whole point. Right. Hitler was a kid. I don't fuck Hitler. Kids. What's wrong with him? Like that's not okay.
Give a fuck.
So fuck that guy. But here's my point.
There's definitely been a few little kids I wanted to punt.
I want to punt kids all the time, but I'm not supposed to do that, allegedly. So
I've seen a couple kids.
RKO?
I've wanted to Randy Orton some kids right in the skull a couple of times, like many times. I'm like, I could do it. I wouldn't get away with it, but I could do it.
I could do it.
I'm like, it'd be a clean shot too, right now.
Clean shot.
It'd be a clean shot.
So by the way, John Cena came back.
I saw that.
It made me watch wrestling for the first time in a long time because I love Big Match John. By the way, I don't know when that happened exactly, but
we'll see what happens.
I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know how long he's gonna be there. I know Suicide Squad's coming out and Fast and the Furious is out right now, so I get how The Rock used to do it. So it's very possible he shows up and disappears, but
we'll see what happens.
We'll see how that goes.
Other than his Bray Wyatt match, which was garbage, he did the last thing I remember him doing was with AJ, and they had some clean ass matches, but that was however many years ago. So I don't know.
He let Brook Lopez dunk on him.
So we'll keep an open mind about Cena, but yeah.
Thanks.
Accountability, responsibility, that shit is not easy to do.
I was going somewhere.
I'll give you an example for myself. So for me, I'm a stubborn ass motherfucker, and I get that shit super honest.
Me too.
I get that shit from both my mother and father.
Me too.
I get that shit super hella honest. And I have thrown away relationships, I've thrown away friendships, I've thrown away business opportunities, I have had a lot of this. Wow, you just didn't want that shot at all.
They choking, man.
I have had a lot of things go awry and get tossed away in an instant because my temper got in the way and I planted my feet and I thought
you do this though.
I thought in that moment, fuck this. I'm scorching earth.
I've actually seen this live though. I've seen it live when you were at your old job, the karaoke shit. I saw it.
Were you there that last night?
I was.
Okay.
I was there when you did that. And I was like, oh, I can see it in your eyes. He's like, he snapped. He's out of here. He's not even here no more.
So there have definitely been times, and I'm a guilt-laden mother. I was raised by my mother, okay, and we weren't Jewish.
Who told me not to talk about her today, by the way.
Okay.
Because apparently people keep telling her I keep telling stories, and she's not happy with me. But Mom, I love you, okay? You're just funny. You did funny shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say.
Hey, listen.
Everybody that keeps snitching on me, fuck you. By the way,
sounds like the word's getting out. That's all I need to know.
Listen. At the end of the day, I just want to say my fuck you of the week goes to everybody that keeps telling my mom what I'm saying about her on this podcast. Stop fucking telling her. She don't listen to the goddamn podcast. She listened to one episode and she thought we said pussy like 10,000 times, so she never listened again. She didn't want to hear pussy anymore.
Maybe it was everybody seeing all the thumbnails on the IG of.
You don't help for sure, but. All together,
Trey gets trapped. Trey gets caught.
That shit was funny.
Parent trapped.
I laughed. I was like, oh. But listen. It is what it is. I told her earlier. I said, it's not like you were a bad parent or nothing.
Right,
You were great.
Right.
You were fucking fantastic. I said, I don't have shit that you did that messed me up as a person, right? At the end of the day, all it was you did crazy shit. And when I think back on it, I'm like, yo, that was crazy as fuck as an adult. When I look back, I'm like, yo, that's nuts.
Yeah.
But, she told me not to talk about it. I said, don't tell me what to fucking talk about.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to talk about you tonight because you did that. So this is my section for my mom. I love you, and I appreciate you being a supporter of mine. And hopefully one day I'll make a lot of money on this podcast, and I can tell some really funny stories. I can turn into Kevin Hart, basically.
Right, and you'll dry your tears with all the $100 bills.
Shouts to Chelsea, by the way. It's true, Chelsea. They don't be listening. By the way, Chelsea, fun fact, was also a Jehovah's Witness like me. We never knew that about each other. It was random. But we got some weird shit that we learned when we were younger. And it's like, oh, this is some stuff that's kind of unteachable, but also like unteachable. So we're kind of weird, but also like normal, but not. It's like we're like good people, but kind of fucked up because of it. Right. But no, for real, it's weird. But like that's one of my best friends in the world. Just randomly has that same background that I have that I had no clue about for like. I think we found this shit out like last year, like late last year. We're like, wait, what? I'm like, how, you said what? You know what?
Y'all and the Wayanses and the Jacksons.
The Jacksons were, for sure. The Wayans were too?
Yeah.
All of them?
Most of them. Their mom wasn't, their dad was, and like most of them aren't anymore, but like Damon still is.
Is he really? Right now? My wife and kids.
Yeah.
I don't think he cursed on that show, which is crazy.
No, and
but he was hilarious.
You notice they never did any holiday episodes either.
Oh shit, that's crazy. He was hilarious though. That's skillful.
He's the second best Wayans.
Who's the first one?
Keenan Ivory.
Nah, I think that depends on when you were born.
I'm Gonna Get You Sucker is the best Wayans movie ever created.
Never heard of it.
Well, that's the problem. Anyway, so in a lot of these instances where that guilt from my mother, even though she wasn't Jewish, fucking traveled with me. I didn't say that. I don't know what that means. Into this day, and I've gone back many times in my history and recounted shit that I've recounted many times before. Yeah. And had to come to the realization one way or the other and be like, was I actually correct in this moment, or was I wrong in this moment? About whatever, about that particular situation. Was I correct in this moment? Was I wrong in this moment? What was I correct about? What was I wrong about? Was I wrong in my initial but correct in my breaking it down like game film? Yeah. And many times, I have to admit I'm fucking wrong in that situation or wrong in that reaction.
Now, did this just happen?
This has been happening. This has happened for.
So it's something that you do a lot.
Yeah, this has happened forever.
So you fuck up a lot.
100%. I fucked up a lot. Yes. And so there's many times where it's like, no, I was right or I was wrong, or we were both right or we were both wrong, et cetera, et cetera. Here's the thing: people don't want that. People want unmitigated, groveling and admitting that you're 100% wrong. That's
do you feel like you want that? Do you need that from somebody else? Chelsea, do you need that from somebody else? Do you need... I want to go on your podcast. You should come on our podcast.
So,
by the way, do you feel like... I'm asking you a question directly right now. Do you feel like you need that from somebody else? When it's a situation and you go back and forth, do you feel like you need to be 100% right? Or can you accept the fact that you might have fucked up and you need to apologize to whoever you're with? I need nothing from no one. That was the most woman answer I've ever heard in my life. And it's not true. She's lying. Yeah. I know her. She's lying.
Well, women lie.
Women fucking lie. I'm sick of it. Come on this podcast. Women lie. Tell you how much you lie.
And we'll get to that point of not wanting to be accountable in a second.
Yeah, we're talking about accountability. How dare you? She said,
my answer to your question is...
you do, don't you? Because you're an emotional motherfucker. So I feel like you do.
The mature version of me...
Which one was that? When did you get that?
Fairly recently.
Yeah, I thought so.
There was a relationship I was in, and before it ended, the girl apologized for being wrong. She knew that she was wrong.
She says, "I know how to apologize for my wrongs these days." Mm-hmm. I don't believe her.
I don't believe her either.
I don't believe her. Chelsea, how old are you?
I don't.
She's like 25. I don't believe her.
Oh, you never.
No fucking way.
Never believe a woman about anything she says when it comes to relationships. Ever.
Even if she's in one?
Yes.
She's married if she says she's dating? If she's married, she's actually engaged? Yeah. It's always a lie?
Because we can break that down a little bit further, but here's the difference between how men and women lie. Women lie to you, to themselves, and to each other.
Hold on. Pause. Time out. I had this conversation this week with a woman. I said, women lie by omission.
No, men lie by omission.
I completely disagree.
Men don't disagree more. Men don't tell the full story.
How do you say that? How do you say that? Explain. Because I completely disagree. I think that's just exactly backwards.
Men will do something like, "Oh yeah, I'm going out." Women will do something. So women will say, "This is the type. Money doesn't matter to me. Looks don't matter to me."
That's just straight up lie.
And they're just.
But that's not.
And they'll just straight up lie.
Okay, from that particular point, you're right. But in general, you're wrong. Because women will do shit like fuck somebody and completely not admit it. They won't say a fucking word. They will be quiet about it until you ask the exact question. And then some of them still won't say shit.
Well, no, that's the thing. They'll still lie and say they didn't.
Bro, nothing.
Even though they did.
No, sometimes they do. But some of them feel bad, right? It starts to fester. Oh, man, I feel like I gotta say something.
Yeah.
I can't do this. This isn't me. I gotta say something.
They 100% can, because women are the worst liars.
Nothing changes though.
By the way, the biggest,
no, they're the worst direct liars.
The biggest lie women ever told. The biggest lie I ever told is that men are the biggest liars.
I agree with that. Especially in 2021, that's completely facts. I don't know about back in the day when that phrase came out, but now it definitely came into fruition. Like, that shit's true. But I literally believe that women, by omission, are way bigger liars than men because they don't say shit. They won't tell you a fucking thing.
But yeah, in terms of do I need the groveling? Not necessarily. There was a relationship I was in. The girl fucked up. She admitted she fucked up. Go ahead.
Chelsea coming to us. She said, gosh, it must be hot in there. Sweating and getting hotter because of your lies about women? Ha 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 ha.
No, it's because it's summer and I'm still getting rid of some fucking effects of this goddamn flu.
And it's fucking hot in here.
It's fucking hot in here.
It's fucking hot. It's not cold.
But in terms of needing the grovel, there was a relationship I was in. The girl fucked up.
What's her name? Say her name.
I'm not. She admitted she fucked up. And part of me had to reconcile with, okay, now you have to be the bigger person and let her move on from this.
Nah, fuck that.
And let us try. Now, by the way, the relationship ended up ending because she ended up basically doing the same shit.
Of course.
And not learning her lesson. And that was on me. And now we can
It's not on you. That's not. No,
now we can fully transfer into women.
Fuck that. Hold on. Time out. Fuck that. No. I hate the statement you just made. Okay. Because that's exactly the point. That's exactly what's got me pissed off. That's exactly what got me mad right now. No. It is not on you because she fucked up again. That is not your fucking fault that she fucked up again. Like, yo, because you forgive some shit and you explain it to them and they understand it and then they go and do the same kind of shit. Maybe not the exact same thing, but the same realm of shit again. That's not fucking on you. That's on them. They fucked up again.
Here's the thing.
2 weeks in a row, I'm balling up fucking.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Sneaky snake.
Here's the thing. It is on me.
How?
That I let it affect me and didn't recognize what she is, which is a woman. A woman is going to do what a woman's going to do. It's that old parable. It's that old parable.
No.
You save a snake from a fire.
No.
You nurse it back to health.
No.
And as you're nursing it back to health, the snake bites you.
I know what you're saying.
And the snake says, "Stupid old man."
No.
I'm a snake.
I don't care.
The nature of woman is to be that.
I disagree.
You have to understand
the nature of shitty people is to be that. It's not women. It's shitty people. It's the nature of shitty people.
It is
because
women.
There's dudes that do the same thing. But women at least the women I talk to tend to do that bullshit.
But in terms of a relationship,
I've never saved a snake from the fire.
In terms of a relationship, you have to, first off, as a man, you have to understand that you're supposed to be the leader of that relationship.
Is that what you would say too, Chelsea? You have to be a leader of the relationship?
Ask. Why are you asking her? She's a woman.
She's can't ask her. Okay,
she's gonna tell. She's gonna
never
bullshit
mind,
you and tell you, no, I want an equal, or no, I'm able to lead. That's bullshit.
She's an alpha, so I know she's gonna say that.
That's bullshit.
For sure. If she wants to be led, for sure.
Yes.
That's what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Even if she's a quote unquote alpha, she wants to be led by a bigger alpha than her, by an alpha dude. She want that with that masculine energy. See?
Please lead me.
I mean, a small percentage of them might even admit it, but it's true. Like,
she just admitted it. She said it right now.
Like, listen. So knowing that, you have to understand the fucking the nature of women, and a lot of the times the nature of women is they're duplicitous.
Don't say duplicitous to me. What the fuck does that mean?
That means they don't do what they say they want to do.
Okay, so they're liars.
They don't believe in the shit that they say that they believe in. She
said, so actually, that's true. I need someone just a bit more leading than me.
Exactly. You
know what I think?
So with this relationship, when I saw what she did the first time, I should have known that she was going to do it the second time. And I should have, in that moment, been leader. In that moment that she did it the first time, been leader enough to not discipline, not punish, but call out or correct in that moment the behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like, not like, you know what I mean? And but not like, so like, have you ever seen A Different World?
Come on, man.
Okay.
I'm fucking black.
The later seasons when Dwayne, Wayne, and Whitley get together, you know the moments. Back together. The moments that really strike in that relationship are the moments when, like, Dwayne comes into the scene and he's like, listen, you're my woman,
We're
you're my
doing
wife,
this.
we're working this out right now.
And she's like,
and he starts to walk away, and then he turns around like, come on, and she's like,
oh, I'm coming with you. Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly. And here's the thing. We've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok into believing.
Oh, this is so great. She's a great person to add to this conversation too. Ashley, we're talking about accountability with guys and women and just everything. This is a great conversation to have you a part of. So Ash, please stay here and answer questions and be a part of this, because we got 2 men on the podcast. Oh, that was such a bad pass. Fuck. We got 2 men on the podcast, and we're talking about that is sexy. It's sexy. She loves it. Chelsea loves it.
Right.
I think you and Chelsea might have a love connection here, and you don't even know it. I could describe Chelsea to you. She's on my coffee mug.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
I hate it here. Okay, listen.
But
let me continue. Don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh. I'm trying to be serious. This is a serious podcast. God damn it.
Mm-hmm. Sure it is.
Wait, it was something you just said.
This podcast has more turnovers in this game.
Yo, they're turning the ball over like motherfucking Phoenix. Oh, don't. Hey. That was Frank Kaminsky. They let Frank Kaminsky dunk on him. She said "dat me," but I think she meant "date me" is what she meant to say there.
Either way.
Dat me or date me, either one. Okay, so what was the last thing you said? Because I had something to say to you, and I got distracted by
women want to be led. That those moments in a different world where you lead them, or where you're that strong force, is what they naturally want.
Okay.
And I was about to lead into we've been led astray into believing that
they should drive the
want
car
it more even, or they want to drive the car. And the thing is, they don't. There's a famous phrase that I've reacclimated myself to over the last few weeks. Women don't want a winner.
We watching too, by the way.
Women don't want to win. They want a winner.
I don't know if that's true.
Women, they
I think they want to win and they want to win.
They want to be the queen.
Yeah, but they still want to.
But they need you to be the king. You understand what I'm saying?
I do. Both royalty. That's the win-win thing.
They don't want to be Queen Elizabeth with Prince Phillip, because he's still a prince,
or
even though he was married to Queen Elizabeth.
Right.
They want Queen Sarabi with King Mufasa. King Mufasa leading that pride.
Is that her name? Why do you have that on deck? Why do you just know that?
Because the fucking Lion King,
Jesus
dog. That's
Christ.
classic.
He just knows Sarabi like that.
You know what I'm saying? They want, if they're at the top as far as a woman is concerned, they still need you ahead of them leading that relationship.
Bro, this is one of them podcasts that like last week was fun as a bitch, and I think that was our best podcast. This is one of them podcasts where I'm like, we're good at podcasting. Like, this is one of those ones I just gotta stop for a second and be like, yo, we're actually good at this shit.
We are really good
at
this
this
shit.
We're really good at this fucking shit. Because this makes people talk. This is the kind of shit that makes people like, yo, I gotta say something to them. Them motherfuckers don't know what they're talking about. Or, hell yeah, go. One of the two. You don't have there's no in between on this particular topic. Like,
right.
you're one of the two. And I think these are the kind of ones that really make people think about it. And she outlived him too. That's true. What did she say? Hold on. He was a pussy though. Through that marriage. Yeah, I said it. Wow. It's aggressive. It was aggressive. Mufasa was the man. Don't do that.
Mufasa was the man.
He was a fucking man.
She outlived him on a technicality.
Yeah, that's some fuck shit. Don't do that.
She outlived him.
Don't do that. He was gonna live forever. So Ash, look, we're watching the game as well. It's 77-76 for the record. We're right here with you. But we're talking about accountability in relationships and women, alpha females, alpha males. Like, do women really want to be led, and do they want to be directed, or do they want to be in control and actually drive the car? Now, from what I know of your relationship, Ashley, because you're here now, so I feel like I'm going to say it. TJ is definitely a fucking alpha. So you follow that lead more so than you would say, even though you're a dickhead and you jump in and say crazy shit all the time. He definitely is the driver of that ship, I would say. Now, it's not a bad thing, but it's true. Do you feel like that's something that you need? You need somebody that kind of drives the fucking car, so to say, and puts y'all in a certain position. Out of curiosity, I'm curious.
I'm sure the answer is yes.
In between time, while she's thinking, because she's probably gonna say some fuck shit, knowing Ashley, she's gonna probably give me a middle finger, and not say.
There's a study that came out a couple years ago, because over the past really about maybe 10-15 years or so, women have been going to college more than men.
Understandably so.
By, I think at this point it may be 2-1 or 3-1 at this point. It's or graduating college more than men are. because they're graduating college more than men are, when they get out of college, they're making more money than their male counterparts of the same age who haven't graduated college or didn't go. So now you're starting to see this issue in dating where women are making more than the men in their age group.
And how does that work out?
And they hate it.
Wait, so
they
women
hate it.
Women
because they're in the lead. They hate it.
Here's the question.
And they hate having to go on dates and really the guy not being able to pay for it anymore, like we used to have to be forced to do on a regular basis and all this other stuff. Like, they hate taking that lead.
Hold on.
And are now doing what men have had to do for decades, which is dating down, and they fucking hate it.
Okay, so what Brent just said about dating down and women making more money. If you're dating a guy and he makes more money than you, or no, makes less money than you, I'm sorry, you make more money than him, is that a problem for you, or is that something you could tolerate? Y'all let that fester. We're going to go back here. Unacceptable. You must pay the first couple days. That to be one in the control. By the
way, that's fuck shit. That's fuck girl shit.
That's
fuck girl shit.
Fuck girl shit. Chelsea, he's talking to you. I don't know if you left and came back, but that's fuck girl
shit. Are
shit.
y'all equal? Great. Grab your fucking purse.
He said, so you're saying split it
Grab
off rip.
your fucking purse.
You're saying split it off rip. You're not going to pay for it?
Why? Okay. Why should I?
No, I'm not trying to make you mad, bro.
No, it's fine. It's not an anger thing. It's not an anger thing.
I don't want no smoke, Brent. I had enough smoke today. I'm good.
Here, because it actually feeds into what we're talking about with accountability. Women don't want to be accountable for their part of a relationship or for dating.
Well, that goes back to what I started with. The relationship and accountability. But in accountability, if you feel like you're the one that needs to be in the lead based off of everything you said here, right? Do you feel like you should pay for the first couple because you are that way? If you feel like you're supposed to not dominate per se, that's not the greatest word, but you're supposed to be the one in control. You're supposed to be leading it. Shouldn't you feel like you should reach in your pocket to pay for that date?
No.
Why not?
Because the first...
I agree, by the way.
Especially the first date or two, what am I leading for? Like, nothing...
Because of what you just said.
Nothing is being established
If
yet.
you're driving a car, and that's the norm, right? That's the physical norm of everything that we know. You should pay for the first date. Doesn't mean you have to go to Ruth Chris or do some crazy shit, but 9 times out of 10, you should be like, all right, let's do this.
My maximum for a date is $40 or less.
So Dutch is cool to me when you're dating somebody and you're already on that vibe of like, okay, well, you know I got paid this week. Like, when you know more about the person, I feel like that's Dutch. But if I ask you out, I feel like, yeah, that's my responsibility to make sure that you're taken care of. That's how I am.
That's simp thinking.
It's not simp thinking.
That is simp thinking.
Suck my dick.
That is simp thinking. That's simp thinking.
That's not simp thinking, goddammit.
That's simp thinking. That is 100% simp thinking. Because women, on the whole, in many cases, they date just to get free shit.
Thank God TJ's here.
They date to get free drinks. They date to get free dinners.
Wait.
And for what?
Wait. So Chelsea said, I can make more money than a man, but he needs to make me feel special and taken care of. The first couple of dates should be paid by him because it shows that he can take care of business.
Nope. No, it doesn't.
Ashley said, I agree, Chelsea. Chelsea says, I always treat my man and it becomes almost equal once we're both in-depth interested. TJ said daddy here. Fucking alpha. CIX. Listen, TJ, this is a good ass conversation. This is some real shit going on.
Women will always say that a man should pay for the first couple of dates because they're the ones benefiting from it. Do you know when they stop saying that? When they date women. when they date other women, they stop saying that shit. When there's a slew of these videos now of women who came out as bi and they're like, actually, you know what? I understand how straight men think now because they've had to go through this shit with women, including but not limited to, I'm going on this date with this girl. She asked me out, and neither one of us reached for our purses when the check came because neither one of them wanted to do it.
All right, so question, TJ.
So and this actually goes back to this one thing really, which is, what do women bring to the relationship?
So she said, I don't, and this is Chelsea. Chelsea said, I don't think that's true. I'm not benefiting from those wackadoodle waste of time dates.
You getting free drinks?
Don't be weird.
You getting free dinners?
Kermit the Frog.
You getting dinners? You getting drinks?
So you're benefiting.
Those are benefits.
That's the benefit.
Those are benefits.
That's the benefit. TJ, how do you feel about this?
Are you getting attention?
Hold on.
That's a benefit.
Hold on.
You're getting his time. That's a benefit.
That is.
Yes, it is.
Is
your time is more.
No, not the time. Not the time. I agree with you on the time. The first thing you just said.
Attention. Yes.
She's a female.
Yes.
Females are gonna get attention regardless.
Females crave attention.
They're gonna get attention.
But they're
gonna get it regardless.
Well, no, not regardless.
Regardless,
when they don't get it, they go crazy. That's part of the problem.
Brent, I don't care if she's the ugliest woman on the planet. She's gonna get attention from somebody. Somebody's throwing that attention there. So you can say that if you want to, but that one doesn't factor in.
No, it does factor in.
That doesn't factor in.
It does factor in because the guy sitting across from you is giving you attention. He's complimenting you. He's saying,
if he wasn't sitting across from you, somebody else would be doing the same thing.
He's listening to your stupid.
Somebody else would do the same thing.
Listening to your stupid, whack, boring story, and that's also the problem. Somebody else will do it.
That's my point, though. So it doesn't. I can't count.
No. But see, that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem is that they don't value the attention that you give them. They don't value the time that you give them because somebody else will give it. So what am I getting from it? You actually are getting his attention. You're getting his time. You're getting the drinks. You're getting the food.
Let's see.
But you listen to her. She doesn't value any of that shit if she doesn't find him attractive.
I agree with you.
Yet all that shit is valuable.
I agree with you from that perspective.
All that shit is very valuable. Okay, but she doesn't value it one bit.
All right, so
and that's the problem.
Chelsea said, "I never go on a date unless I'm absolutely interested in this person." Right. Ashley said,
"Sure you don't."
What's
rule number one to listening to women when it comes to relationships?
They lie, so it's not true.
Don't listen to them.
This is a fucking lie.
Fucking don't listen.
This is what Brent taught me. Brent told me you fucking lie.
Fucking don't.
All right, so Ashley said, TJ paid for my dates first. Then once we knew we were interested, we both paid equally. Then Chelsea said, I agree with you, Ashley. Equally once both in, I want my man to feel taken care of and special too. Men need to be spoiled too. I agree with both of what y'all are saying, to be honest. Like, Brent is on a different headspace to me because he's talking about the first... No. But they said the first couple dates, the guy took care of. And then they started going back and forth. I agree with that personally. I think that shit is dope. I think it's a good balance. I think it works out well. Because if you're into it, then it's like, okay, now we're looking for some Lifetime shit. For a Lifetime, I'm not a fucking oil prince. I'm not like some fucking sheik in this other country that has some oil refinery that I make money off of. But as a regular guy that works like a 9 to 5 and shit, makes money, but not like buku money. You know what I mean? I can go broke every couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? It's not nonstop. I completely agree. I don't think it's like a thing you can do like just like that. Now, with that being said, a woman that makes more money than you, how does that work for you? How do you feel? Do you feel like you need to do more if she's making more money than you and she feels like, baby, I got it. I'm gonna take it. I'll take it from here. Like, chill out. Do you feel like you have to reach more? Do you feel like you have to like emasculate yourself to make you feel, or it's not the word, like empower your masculinity, I should say, to make yourself feel stronger in that situation? Or is that something that you can deal with as a dude, as an alpha? As an alpha, can you deal with that? TJ, same question to you.
Well, first off, you ran through like 18 different things.
I did.
All at the same time.
I did. I'm gonna keep doing it. I told you already. I told you from the beginning.
But the problem with that theory of men should pay for everything the first couple of dates is, again, just by the numbers, that only benefits women. It doesn't benefit men.
Of course.
Because by the numbers, we're supposed to ask them out first. We're supposed to pick the place first. We're supposed to pay for everything first. We're supposed to be entertaining. We're supposed to show them everything we bring to the table immediately while they don't have to show us shit. That's not fair. That's not equal. And that's bullshit. A woman doesn't have to bring anything to the table, and you're supposed to try to. Why are you on a job interview for this chick?
Because you're attracted to him. And she's attracted to you.
Then she needs to tell me what she brings to the table.
Is that how you really think, or are you thinking about scoring?
She needs to tell me what.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. What she actually brings to the table. And I know exactly what you're gonna do. You're gonna pull this. You're gonna pull this bitch shit. You're gonna pull this bitch shit.
It's not bitch shit.
It is bitch shit.
It's a question.
Because women do this shit every fucking time.
It's a question.
Who hurt you?
No. Listen, that's not even what I was about to say.
Okay.
No, fuck that. I was about to say fuck that. Fuck you. Fuck you. First off. Secondly, I was gonna ask you: are you not interested in that moment about hitting? Are you not thinking about scoring with this individual? Is that not what you're thinking about?
Sure.
Okay, so you're trying to woo them because you're trying to seduce this person to have sex with you, in a nutshell. Because you're not thinking about marriage on the first date, obviously. So you're thinking about that. So that doesn't put you in a position where you're supposed to be the person that pays for this or does that?
We both want something from each other.
Yes, but you want something physical from that person. You want them to
what?
open up to you.
What's the difference? So what?
It makes a lot of difference.
I want something physical, but just because I want something physical from her, A, doesn't mean that that's all I want, and 2, doesn't mean that she doesn't want something from me. Again, women give their pussy away the same way men give our time away, our energy away, our resources away, right? Mm-hmm. Men have to come to the table with all this extra stuff to show these women that we're quote unquote worthy of them. Mm-hmm. When the hell are they supposed to show that they're worthy of us? At what point are they supposed to show that we're worthy of us?
From what they said, once we're both interested. Somebody keeps calling me from my hometown.
Well, excuse me. A woman knows if she's interested. A woman knows she wants to sleep with you within the first 15 seconds.
That's what I've heard.
So within that first 15 seconds, you need to show me that you're interested in me. You need to show me that you actually bring something to the table, that you don't want to play the games, that you're not just interested in me just for money or just for all the other stuff that you say that you're interested in. Or if you are, just go ahead and say that. You know what I'm saying?
I do understand what you're saying, but let's take a second there.
This antiquated idea that men are 100% supposed to pay for everything and why? Now after the fact, again, I want to take care of you the same way you may want to take care of me after the fact. Fantastic. We'll take care of each other, and we'll take care of each other in different ways. I might provide for you. I may make sure you have a roof over your head. You might make sure I'm fed. You might make sure that I'm taken care of in any number of ways, emotionally, physically, whatever. But especially in the beginning when we're two complete strangers, why exactly should I be paying for your dinners on this Friday night?
You know what I think?
Just like however many other guys have approached you and paid for however many other drinks and dinners all through your 20s.
But you know what I think?
And then it peters out in your 30s, and then it stops by your 40s.
I tell you what this is. This is small town versus big city. Is what this is. Because in big cities, I agree with you. I think it's so regular here and shit's so flippant, it changes so much that Kev, what up? It goes to that point where you're focused on allowing that situation to occur in small towns, but in big cities you'd be like, nah, fuck that, because I just did this last week and Shorty was acting like da-da-da-da.
Right.
Like, I've heard you literally go on this podcast numerous times. Yeah, I was talking to this girl and she did some fuck shit. I was talking to this girl and she did some fuck shit. So you're not gonna keep spending $60 over and over again. So I understand how that influences your experience, which actually goes back to what I was talking about at the beginning of this shit. How much does our experience play into the fact that we be fuck people all the time, right? But I got a couple of comments to read, first of all.
I mean, hurt people hurt people.
That's true. Giannis is going crazy, by the way, TJ. He's fucking tripping. I saw it. Yeah, 18 in the third. Okay, so let's go all the way back to Chelsea. So Chelsea said, well, you're saying that men should be a little more leader-like, but you have a problem showing those qualities at the beginning. You sound hurt. Find a nice woman. Right? Hold on. Wait. Don't respond to that. Let me read all of it. Wait.
Basic chick reaction.
Don't do that. So then TJ said, I agree with Chelsea. TJ, that's a guy. So then Ashley said, I agree with Chelsea also. So two people agree with it. Then Capo came in. Cap, what up? He said, you're. Is that cat here? No, the cat's not here with the gloves. And then TJ said, by the way, John is going crazy. So yeah, go ahead, respond.
That's a basic chick reaction. That's a beige ass. You have a live, love, laugh sign over your kitchen sink, don't you? That's basic ass reaction. Because and
you
again,
think so?
Yes, and again, it's a basic ass reaction because she's the one getting the free meals and the free drinks.
Why
and
do
the free,
you?
and
Why,
the free movies?
Why do you feel like that though? What made you? No, not her. What made you feel like women were the ones benefiting from that particular situation? Is that something that changed as you got older, had different experiences, or is that something you had from your teenage years, your formative years, as they say?
It's formative year. Here's the thing about teenage years that nobody ever told me before I got there. We were all broke. Like it wasn't no big balling when we were all teenagers. Like
not my city.
Like we were all fucking broke. Didn't nobody have no fucking money.
White people had money in my city.
Maybe white people.
Here you're in California.
I went to Carson High.
Yeah, I went to Cox High School. Pause. I went to Cox High School.
The only people that had money were the people whose parents gave them money.
That's what I'm saying.
Like everybody else was fucking broke.
That was everybody in my school.
Like, and I had jobs in high school.
Me too.
Everybody was fucking broke. Wasn't nobody making minimum wage. Everybody was fucking broke.
Minimum, nigga. I was making $5.15 when I started.
Everybody was making minimum wage and
trash.
spending it all on bus fare to get to and from work. Like everybody was fucking broke.
through.
So it wasn't no big balling in high school. But in the 20s and stuff, it really doesn't take long.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Fucking Capo. God damn it, he left again, I think. Oh no, he's still here. Cap. Yo, how do you feel about women driving the car in the sense of like a relationship? Do you feel like as a man, I know you're an alpha too, do you feel like you have to be the person driving the car? Do you feel like you need to be the person in control of the situation when you're with your woman? Because I know you're in a relationship now, you've been in it for a while. Are you the person that drives? Are you the alpha, or are you both alphas? Because your girl seems like she's an alpha too, but are you the one that mainly directs the path? Is that how you feel that's supposed to be? And as far as first dates and shit, do you feel like the guy is supposed to be the one that pays for the first couple of dates to make sure shit balances out? Or do you feel like it's okay to start off Dutch? That's a question for you, because I think you're still here. Yeah, you're still here. Okay, cool. I think TJ left. When we're out, I'm in charge. When we're out, I'm in charge. So he believes that you're supposed to be driving the car too off rip. So you feel like you're supposed to pay for the first date as well? Or is that some shit that like that doesn't fit in that same category? Because he believes that
Giving your money away isn't alpha shit. Giving your money away isn't pimping.
he thinks it's simp shit.
It's
from what he
not.
said.
It's just not. Especially not in the beginning when you don't even know the chick. Okay? There are other ways to show that you're leading than having to pay for everything immediately. Are you kidding me? That's prostitution. That's fucking prostitution.
You sound like fucking Maul from the podcast, Joe Budden podcast.
That's fucking prostitution.
He said, if I'm feeling her, I'll pay for the first date. I feel the same way. I feel the exact same way. Like I have no problem with that. But I think that's literally. And he's from New York. Actually.
You guys pay by the hour?
A random can't get my time or money.
You guys pay by the hour?
I agree.
Because that's straight up prostitution.
If there's a vibe, it's not prostitution.
It sure is.
It's not. Because
it sure
if you
is.
think there's gonna be more
Does
there.
she reach for her purse at all?
Bro, she don't need to. If I feel a vibe and I think
sure
you're
is.
something special, if I think you're something special in that moment and you're showing me something that other people haven't shown me, yeah, I have no problem reaching and saying, okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and pay for this. Because that's not anything extra. Because I know what it's gonna be. It's not gonna be like this all the time. It can't be. It's not feasible unless I'm a millionaire, multi-millionaire, or whatever. I do know.
You don't know shit.
I do. I've been around.
Women are duplicitous creatures. You don't know shit.
Don't say duplicitous.
They can. Oh, there's a lovely time. Lovely time. That first date.
Okay. Wait. Chelsea
leave you with a kiss on the cheek and then go fuck somebody else.
So Chelsea just said
it had nothing to do with you. Meanwhile, you're out the pocket $60, $70, $100.
So she
for
said
nothing.
Listen. So she said, so get creative. You don't need to go broke on dates.
You sure as hell don't. I sure as fuck don't.
So define creative for you. What are you doing to make it different so you don't have to pay and you also don't have to bitch about what you're bitching about right now?
There are little free spots I know, especially after the pandemic. I used to just go dive bar hopping.
That's not free.
Just because, no, it's cheap though.
It is cheap. You'll pay if it's
super
cheap. You just don't want to pay if it's expensive.
No, I don't want to pay, but if I have to, it'll be cheap. It'll be less than $40 total.
So basically, you're cheap, is what you're saying.
No, it's not cheap. It's first off, why should I have to pay?
Wait, it's
process. Hold on. Why are you sticking up for these hookers that are running around in these streets? Are you on the stroll with them? Are you their pimp?
This is my question.
Are you secretly Wayne Brady
No.
and you don't want to have to choke a bitch? Like what the fuck?
I don't want to choke a bitch. No, not at all.
Unless they ask.
Unless they ask. Yes. Here's the thing. If you're telling me that you won't pay for it in general, like that's some simp shit, but then you say if it's cheaper,
you shouldn't have to.
Yeah. But you said you won't. Like it's not a thing you do, right? Unless it's cheaper. So if that's the case, is that not some corny shit? Is that not corny as fuck? That you will only pay for it if it's cheap as fuck?
No.
How is that not corny as fuck? If you'll do it if it's cheap, but you won't do it otherwise.
Because it's corny to break my bank off of some maybes or no's,
so don't invite it to an expensive spot.
or whatevers.
So don't invite it to an expensive spot.
It's corny. So because a guy has to make the first move and has to ask for the first date and
so you feel like that
has to do all
out.
that other stuff. No, what balances out is if she lets me know that she's worthy of me making the effort financially, emotionally, whatever, later on. While she's sitting there, you know, I've been on dates before with chicks who in my early days, we're talking early 20s, with women who were terrible company. They just wanted the free food. There was one who I left at PF Chang's because she was so out of fucking pocket.
You told that one on the podcast. Wait, so Chelsea said, no meal has ever impressed me that much. It's the experience, person, and generosity of the person.
So if a guy took you to McDonald's, you first again, why are we listening to her? Women don't know what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to relationships.
He doesn't want to talk to you at all.
But
Livia,
if a guy takes you to McDonald's, right, but he's fantastic company, you're gonna be okay with that? Really?
So she said,
sincerely?
On a first date, you expect me as a woman to look you in the eyes and tell you from the get how I'll take care of you, convince you that I'm worthy. Weird.
How's that any weirder than me convincing you that I'm worthy of you?
Harrison, this is a combo here.
That's what a date is, sweetheart. Sweetheart, that's what a date is.
Flip the situation.
We're trying to convince each other that we're worthy of each other.
But flip the situation.
So if you actually bring something substantive, then that shouldn't be a fucking problem, should it?
Substantive. Is that a word?
Yes. Then that shouldn't be a problem,
substantive?
Should it? It shouldn't. If you're actually different than every other chick,
of substance,
and because women love to say how different they are, even though if you look at their profiles, they're all the exact same.
Some good shit.
If you're actually substantive,
if you
actually bring something to the table, then how's that a problem?
So wait, I gotta tell Harrison. So we're talking about accountability between men and women, and how women a lot of the time do not take accountability for shit that's going on in these situations. So this is a fun conversation based off the conversation me and you had too. This is a good ass combo. But what was I gonna say? She said something. Hold on. McDonald's isn't creative. There's no thought in that. Hello.
Why should I have to be creative? You come up with something. Where you want to go?
Oh, I was gonna ask you.
You tell me where you want to go.
Stop talking to her.
You ask me out.
I was gonna ask you this. So how do you feel about if you're dating a sugar mama and there's somebody that you meet that's richer than you, way richer, and she's like, hey, let's go out for a date. Da 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 da. Are you the same way? Do you feel like you need to reach? Lie to me. Go ahead and lie to me, Brent. Fucking lie to me. I know you're about to.
I'm trying to think if I've ever had a sugar mama.
You're gonna lie right now. This is gonna be a lie. No matter what you say next, it's gonna be a lie.
I'm trying to think if I've ever had a sugar mama in my life. I don't think I've ever had a sugar mama.
Fucking guarantee it. I guarantee the next thing you say is a lie.
I've been with women who made more than me at different periods in my life.
But that's different. That's different. I'm talking about somebody that made so much more than you that they're like, hey, put that away. What the fuck are you doing? You don't even reach. You're like, oh, I know she paid.
I don't know that I've ever been with a sugar mama. I haven't had that pleasure. I'm more than willing. Again, Oprah, I'm sure can find my number somewhere. I'm more than willing to give it a try. But
hold on 1 second, live. I got to respond.
But see, a sugar mama would be something completely and totally different because she's not your average woman. Because not only is she okay with paying, she wants to pay. There's something different about her than would be with a normal woman. With a normal woman, I've been with normal women who made more than me.
Yeah.
And them reaching for their checks or me being a little bit tight that week. One of the more recent relationships, I split a fucking lunch with her and she got all in her fucking feelings. Like,
because you split a
because I had to split the lunch with her that day.
And this is somebody that made more than you?
And she got fucking mad that I had to split and we were in a fucking relationship. This wasn't a first date. We had been together for a couple months and I had to split the check with her and she got mad and didn't want to talk to me for a couple weeks. And again, I was upset at the time, but realistically I shouldn't have been because that's just women's nature. They just want to be taken care of like that. They don't want to lead. They want a leader.
Chelsea has a response to you. She said, I'll say this. Men are all talk sometimes. If a woman pays too often, it threatens their masculinity. What do you say to that? Because it's not wrong.
I say it threatens our masculinity because it threatens their femininity.
That's like asking a question for a question.
No, because
that's a terrible response.
Because it goes back to literally what I just said. They don't want to lead. Women don't want to be in charge. They don't want to be the one reaching for their check, for their pocketbook. They don't want to be.
Do you want to be reaching for it?
No, not necessarily.
Exactly. So shut the fuck up. Of course you don't.
But it's not even about the financial. But it's not even about the financial part. Actually, sometimes I've taken girls out and paid for them and been perfectly fine with it because that's my way of taking care of them.
Okay, so what was the difference
at that point?
Are you talking about first dates?
No, hell no, hell no.
So you're telling me you never paid for a first date?
I have paid for first dates. I just told you a story where I paid for first dates.
So what's your problem with it then?
Because I paid for enough of them. Because I paid for enough of them and not gotten the return that I should have gotten on them.
So Cap said it's a surprise when a woman pays for the first date. I agree with that. That I agree with.
A pleasant surprise. But
pleasant surprise.
A pleasant surprise. But here's the thing. But in terms of what was the question that you asked me immediately, because I forgot it because we switched topics more times.
We did. Kyle said nobody wants to pay, but somebody's got to do it. That's facts. That's the way I feel about it.
Right. From a financial standpoint, yeah.
Giannis is going crazy. 45, 16 to 17 from the free throw line, 12 rebounds and 5 blocks. Nuts.
Fantastic. What were we talking about? Because I completely lost the topic.
How did we even get here?
I completely lost the fucking topic.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. So we were talking about alphas, and if you're a female and you have a sugar mama who pays for your shit, that's where we were.
Again, Oprah, you know where to find me.
That's where we were prior to me stopping for a second.
Gotcha, bitch! Ah!
Exactly. Honestly, all of this started from accountability. It wasn't about paying for dates and shit, but it was about accountability and how we feel about. So guys, we have different people in this room.
But it goes back to accountability. What's going on, Kyle? It goes back to accountability, though, because again, women hate to be held accountable. Men have to be held accountable. They don't want to be held accountable for paying for anything. They don't want to be held accountable for their actions. That's where all this the
whole conversation stems
from. This big flurry recently of, oh, well, I'm Virgo rising, so you can't blame me for blah, 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 blah. Cancer season is blah, blah, blah. No, that's just you not wanting to be responsible for this stupid, toxic shit you do.
Cap is trying to get some more people in here. He's
fantastic. Do that. But that's this rise of this stupid astrology movement that's been happening recently. Is every chick doesn't want to be held responsible for the shit that they do, so they blame the moon, the stars, Venus, Pluto, Saturn, all this other horse shit for them being shitty human beings.
I agree with that.
Because women hate to be, they just refuse to take responsibility for their shit. Refuse.
Listen. So you're telling me, let me ask you this, because you've basically made me go into defense when I was originally on your side, which is pissing me off. You did. It's pissing me off.
You don't have to do shit.
This is an accountability thing right now, and I'm pissed about it.
You ain't got to do shit to stay black and die.
I'm sick that he pushed me on
the
the
side. The only two things you got to do is stay black and die.
All right. Chelsea said, I'll be back in a minute. Got to charge my crystals and look at the moon chart real quick. I hate it here so much. But that's some funny shit. That's funny, Chelsea. That's funny. But no, here's the thing. I agree with you, like, in some perspectives, but I also think you're completely wrong in other perspectives. Like, from the perspective of, like, the first date shit, if I ask somebody out, I feel like I'm supposed to take care of it. That's just how I feel. Now, if we're talking about overall...
That's a trick, by the way.
That's how I feel.
That's a trick.
I said that's how I feel.
That's a trick.
I don't care what you feel.
That's a
Brent,
trick.
Just remember, no matter the topic, Trey is always right. That's a great point. That's a great fucking point, Kyle.
Brother!
Gee, that is such a good point.
Brother!
I mean, fuck.
At two, brother.
That's a great fucking point.
Kyle's my brother from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat 2 years ago, and he just stabbed me in the back.
No, he gets it. He gets it.
He just committed fratricide here on the pod.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. How many times have you felt love? How many times do you think you felt love? Like something's bigger? And you're how old?
36.
36, which is 5 years older than me.
4. You non-spelling you non-adding
Not until Thursday.
Not until Thursday. Motherfucker.
He said sorry, just wanted to see your reaction. So he didn't mean it. Kyle didn't mean it. But how many times do you think you felt love where it was like, and did you react differently in those situations? Was it early or was it later that you felt like you should change to the bullshit you've been speaking for the last hour?
First off, I'm 100% correct in what I'm saying.
Yo, is there there's a cord by you on that side, an iPhone cord? Can you hand it? Okay, right here, I think. Yep, there we go.
Have I felt love? There was her. Do
the DMX line. Monica. Malaysia. Yeah, don't step on that shit.
Let's see. There was her.
Oh boy. How many were actually love? I don't give a fuck about her.
I'm adding.
Okay, add quicker. There's a podcast. Get to it.
So there was T. There was A. There was T.
He's just saying letters right now. He doesn't like to say names on the regular podcast. Only on the paid version on Patreon.
Not really.
Nigga, how many? Shit.
Probably a handful.
And how many relationships have
Probably
you had?
a handful.
How many relationships have you had? You have a lot.
A little more than a handful.
So, 90% of them you felt love for?
For or from?
For you, not them.
Oh.
I said you. I'm not talking about them.
I mean, I had love for a significant portion of it. So, yeah, the significant portion. We were talking about me for them. There was Jen, there was T, there was A, there was other T, there was
Other T? Did you call her other T at the time?
No, there was L. There was
like loser. So you okay.
So
okay. I'm confused.
So a little over a handful.
So you felt love this many times, and you felt this way the whole time.
No.
When did it change? Who changed you? Who fucked up and changed you?
Who
hurt you? Why are you broken?
First off, it's good to see basic bitch Trey officially walk into the chat. You tried to avoid him a half hour ago when I called you out on it.
Right now it makes sense.
And then you just try to redo it.
It makes sense though because you just said you were in love like 27 times.
That's a basic bitch reaction.
You said you were in love like 27 times. So I just want to know.
That's a basic ass.
Okay,
reaction.
so you were in love 27 times, basic ass Brent. So tell me about it. How were you in love this many times but didn't feel enough to do regular guy shit?
What do you mean to do regular guy shit?
I mean, everything you defended
these are the experiences I've accumulated over the years to bring me to this point.
My boy said, first off, this is good dialogue. That's number one. Number two, I can sense hurt from him. Exactly. And then Chelsea agreed. She said, I can too.
By the way,
see how he tried to call me a bitch? He tried to call me a bitch on the low.
By the way, basic bitch reaction. Because
he's hurt.
Because everybody's been hurt.
He has a wall up.
Like everybody's been hurt.
Listen to the people, Brent.
What the fuck kind of counter is that? That doesn't make 2 + 2 not equal 4.
But you still hurt.
Who in the math community hurt you that you don't think 2 + 2 should equal 5?
But you
Bitch,
still
it's
hurt.
Still 4. What the fuck kind of bullshit argument is that?
Okay, listen.
That's such a
but
stupid.
Listen, no, it's not stupid.
It's not stupid. It's not stupid. It's a stupid argument that comes from emotion and not logic.
Emotion is what you're doing right now.
It's not logic, and that's the difference. See? And that's really one of the core differences between men and women.
There's a reason you're trying to overtalk me right now.
Is logic?
Why are you trying to overtalk me right
emotion.
now? Why are you trying to overtalk me right now?
Is logic
because of what
emotion.
they said. The logic is you got something that hurt you that you haven't let go of yet.
No, the logic.
And you're not even trying to let me get my phrase out to respond to what you just said.
The logic is I shouldn't have to break my fucking pocketbook just to go on dates with chicks. That's logical. Why is it logical that I should go bankrupt?
Are you going to respond to what I'm saying? Or are you going to let me speak back to you? Or are you going to keep cutting me off?
Why is it logical that I should go bankrupt?
Is it logical that you're so emotional about this topic I can't even respond to you? Is that logical? If you don't care about it so much,
go ahead and respond with your basic ass bullshit response.
And that's a cop out off rip. That's a cop off rip.
Go ahead.
Because if you feel like it's not even a conversation, then that's not you being logical.
No,
that's
ahead.
you being emotional.
No, go ahead.
Exactly what you're talking about is exactly what you're doing right now.
Go ahead. Come with that bullshit and let me shoot it down real quick. Go ahead.
Go ahead. See what I'm saying?
I know. I'm telling.
Deflecting. My guy is dodging.
I'm telling you.
Deflecting. These are comments from the people. It's not just me.
Fuck the people. I'm telling you. Now
you're me?
I'm telling
you.
Fuck the people. I'm telling you that I'm gonna disintegrate your counter argument.
You're not gonna disintegrate shit.
Go ahead and make your stupid counter argument, and I'm gonna disintegrate it real quick.
If you feel like everything you're saying is right, period, right?
Yeah.
Are you a single guy?
Yes.
You're a single guy. You've had multiple situations where you said you've been in love.
Mm-hmm.
And yet you're sitting here with this logic and you're hearing multiple people say that shit is toxic, basically. Like, you're not in a great headspace. And when I start to say anything to you, you instantly get extra defensive and call my response that you haven't even heard yet some bitch shit.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see how that's an issue?
Okay.
And mind you, he didn't listen to what I said. He heard me, but he didn't listen to what I said. He was ready for a response already. So when somebody stops a second before you finish talking, they already had a response. They weren't listening to what you said. Just for the record.
Well, this is a podcast. You're not supposed to have dead
No.
air.
For the record,
you're not supposed to have dead air.
He was ready for this shit before I finished because he wasn't listening to me.
One of the most
you were listening to me?
One of the most irritating things about editing this podcast is the dead air you sometimes leave. So you're not supposed to have dead. Yes.
I leave.
When you're too busy looking at the screen and shit. Yes.
Fuck out of here.
So...
See how he's trying to do? See, this is an emotional reaction. He doesn't even realize it's emotional. He thinks it's logic, but it's all emotion. This is all emotion. Now he's trying to attack my character.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Bankrupt, you're deflecting. $2 drinks. Wait, 2 drinks at Starbucks is a cheap date, under $25. This is turning into an intervention of the heart. I agree.
First off, what Starbucks drinks are under $25?
A lot of Starbucks drinks. You can get 2 mediums for like $16.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Light work. Caramel macchiato, 2 of them. They good as shit too. Iced or hot, either one.
So go back to what you were actually saying 5 minutes ago before
Which
you
one?
actually got distracted by them.
Oh no, I'm not distracted. I'm not distracted. Which one? Which part?
I don't remember. We went through 18 different things,
you weren't
including
listening.
caramel
I said that.
macchiatos.
Listen, I said that your response to what's going on, all the times you've been in love, all the times you felt all this shit, you don't think it's a problem that instantaneously you start having defenses for somebody even saying something to you. Now, you didn't want me to get my phrase out. You didn't want me to finish my sentence, which means there's clearly something still there from something. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's clearly something because it's that strong of a reaction. Mind you, I came in here hot, not you. Mm-hmm. I came in hot, but you clearly got something on your chest. Because I shouldn't be defending this side the way I felt when I started this podcast.
You absolutely
By the
should.
way, I definitely should
You
not.
absolutely should.
Because I'm pissed off.
Because you're actually arguing against yourself.
Exactly. But you're so strong. You're so strong in the lack of logic version on that side that it's like, it doesn't make any sense to me. That's what's happening.
So you acknowledge that you're arguing against yourself.
He said, you guys are arguing like true friends. I love it.
So you acknowledge that you're arguing against yourself, and yet you continue to do it just because you don't like me and the way I'm arguing. Just because you don't like the way I'm arguing. Like
that's not it at all. That's not at all.
Like my brother, you're arguing for your own enslavement, my brother. What are you?
It's
what
logic.
What are you doing?
It's logic versus emotion because you're talking about logic, but you're arguing with emotion. You're talking about logic, but you're arguing with emotion. Those are different things.
But you just admitted that that you defending it is against your own betterment
Today.
So what logic does that? What logic does that make for yourself?
Let me explain it. So
how's that logical?
I can explain it. Today, right? Today is when I felt that emotion of something, right? It pissed me off today.
Okay.
You're not pissed off when we started this podcast. You're not annoyed. You're not bothered, right? Am I right? Let me ask you that question. Am I right? Because you could have been irritated by something.
I'm bothered by the cough.
Okay. But that's not what we're talking about. So
right.
Something else is not bothering you directly from some female that you know right now at this moment.
Not
allegedly.
No.
So the fact that me, as annoyed as I've been and as irritated as I am starting this podcast where I didn't even have an intro, I just hit it immediately, right? Mm-hmm. Clearly, the fact that you feel something inside is making you feel that right there just says more because it's like, yo, yeah, I can sit here and defend it with you, but there's no reason because you're doing an absolute truth kind of thing right now. And you know I told you about this. When I hear absolute truth, I can't believe the Milwaukee Bucks are about to win the NBA championship. That's crazy. That's crazy. The Milwaukee Bucks are about to be the NBA champions. Let's Giannis Antetokounmpo is winning his first championship. Was that white dude doing a robot?
No, he was yelling, "Let's go."
Okay, all right.
Which we should have done 5 minutes ago when we started this topic.
I just saw this. But anyway, that's a point to me. I feel like it's a thing where you clearly got something that's more deep rooted than you've actually paid attention to. Because I definitely should be the one that's feeling some kind of way. Because in this moment, me coming with this topic is emotion. I'm pissed off. I should be emotional about the topic. You, who's not emotional, should not be so emotional about what you're talking about right now. This ain't logic that you're kicking. This is emotion that you're kicking. You're talking from an emotional standpoint, not a logical standpoint. This has logic traces with all emotion is what you're kicking right now.
We can't both have experiences in the same vein?
Of course we can. But the fact that you're calling me, you felt the urge to say, go ahead and talk with your bitch shit, da 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 da. That's emotion. That's all emotion that you're saying.
Because I've heard those arguments before, and they always come from places of emotion from the people that are.
I'm not emotional from that standpoint. I wasn't even on that side.
No. Listen. Just because you say it calmly doesn't mean that the argument doesn't come from a place of emotion.
Logic was on the other side.
Because there's no actual logic.
Who started the topic?
Because there's no real logic in saying that a man should pay 100% of the first date.
Who started
There's
the
no
topic?
logic in that.
Who started the topic?
The logic is doing the math and saying, actually, it does not benefit the man financially.
Who started the
to do
topic?
That. You did.
Exactly. So my emotion was on what side?
Of the accountability topic?
In general, because that's what it stretched into.
On the accountability topic, it was on the same side. It was on
so what we're talking about doesn't mean I'm emotional because I switched top because you're talking about something completely different.
No.
The way
Just
you're
because
going
you're
about
not
it
emotional doesn't mean that your argument isn't emotional. Your argument is emotional because it doesn't come from a place of logic.
Right.
It doesn't make
what I'm saying is some bitch shit. Is you being emotional.
It doesn't make mathematical sense.
This is accountability, by the way.
It doesn't make mathematical sense for for the instance for a guy to pay 100% of the fucking first date.
This is accountability, by the way. Exactly
How
what
is
we're
it
talking about right now.
accountability?
Because what you're talking about in this situation is me talking about a situation that pissed me off today that had nothing to do with the topic we're on currently. But at the same time, you saw it instantly, whatever I say to your response. Before I even said it, mind you, anything I said to your response was some bitch shit. That's what you said.
Because
that's an emotional reaction.
Because I saw it coming from a mile away.
That's an emotional reaction. That's based off some shit that you've seen in the past that you felt for somebody else. That had nothing to do with me. That ain't got shit to do with me. That's an emotional reaction.
Sure it does. It's a shitty argument.
From your perspective. That's that's logic from
It's a bad argument.
That's emotion.
It's a bad argument. And then when I tell you that I'm gonna break down the bad argument, you go into 20 other different topics and we forget what the hell we were talking about. And they're all
forget
wrong.
what we're talking about.
And you're all wrong.
And that's emotional. And that's you being
and
emotional.
all of you are wrong.
And you'll hear it back. And you'll be like,
why
oh,
is that?
Yeah,
hold on.
Right.
Time out.
It's not right.
Time out. Why is it emotion that I'm right?
Emotion that you're right because you're not right.
How am I not right? Just because multiple people say it. So the fuck what? Multiple people think that the earth is flat. What the fuck does that matter?
Percentages.
Of what?
Of the conversations.
What the fuck does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything?
No. Appeal to populism does not mean that you're fucking correct.
Percentages don't mean anything.
No. Not in an argument, not necessarily in an argument. Just because the general populace thinks one thing doesn't mean that they're correct. The general populace is wrong all the fucking time. The general populace at one point thought that the earth was flat. The general populace at one point thought that there were dragons on the other side of the fucking ocean. That doesn't fucking mean shit. What the fuck does that mean?
So let's see. I feel like the
general populace thinks that The View is a news show. What the fuck does that mean? That doesn't mean shit.
That's not true. I feel like the stress from paying for the first date comes from financial instability. There's insecurity there. If you're financially stable, a first date won't feel like you're going bankrupt.
If you go on enough of them, it does. And it doesn't necessarily have to feel like it's bankrupt, but it's an annoyance. Why should you have to pay all the time?
Another person said King Trey always right. Salute. I'm always wrong. I don't need you telling me that. I have feelings, you know. This is Kyle. And then King Trey speaking facts. Salute again.
Candle in the Wind is the most popular song of all time. Does that make it the greatest song of all time? No, it just makes it the most popular song. Titanic was the highest grossing movie of all time. Does that make it the greatest of all time, or does it just make it the highest grossing of all time?
Absolutely.
That doesn't mean popularity doesn't mean shit.
That's not rational when it comes to art, but we're talking about arguments and people's.
It's the exact same thing with arguments. The popularity of an argument.
So defend your side of it. No. Hear me out. Because what you're saying logically, defend your side of it. So you're wrong based off of percentages, but you're right. So how are you right when more people feel like you're wrong? Tell me how that's right. Tell me how that makes more sense than what we're saying.
By your definition, I can't be right just because more people think.
Okay, so tell me how you are right. Fuck what I said. Tell me how you are right.
Because
you're saying it's not emotional. What you said is not, because what I said to you, you can attack whatever part you want, but you can skip what I said, but it made perfect sense. What I said to you was, you are being emotional because before I even responded to what you said, you're not listening right now. You're doing the same thing right now. You're doing the same thing right now. I said to you, I went to go respond to you, and you said, before I even said anything, this is some basic bitch shit. Everything you're saying is this, da 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 da. So you weren't even listening to my response before I said it. And then once I finished, you instantly had something to say. So obviously you weren't listening. So you're doing it again. You're doing it right now, which is the point.
Get to the point.
And is he not doing the exact same thing? This is not the exact same thing.
Just repeating yourself. Get to the point.
Okay, so go ahead.
Get to your point.
Go ahead.
What was the point of the point of that entire diatribe? Get to the fucking point.
Go ahead.
Your point was, how am I correct when other people say I'm wrong?
Go ahead. I said what I said, but you weren't listening, so go ahead.
Your point was, how am I right when other people say I'm wrong?
You heard everything I said because you were edging me on, so go ahead.
So, just because 5 people in the fucking Instagram say that I'm wrong and because I've been hurt, or I should have to pay for all these dates because I'm the man and I'm the lead and blah 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 blah. Just because they say that doesn't mean that I'm wrong, because clearly they weren't listening to my arguments. They weren't listening to me when I said that because the man is the
or they don't agree with you, which is a point. That's very possible.
Okay, fine. They don't have to agree with me, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're right.
No, but I asked you, why are you right? And you fucking started doing this emotional shit again. For the second time.
Because I just laid it out to you. Mathematically speaking, if I'm the guy, now
you're talking percentages, mathematically speaking.
That's the whole fuck. Oh my god!
You just said you don't fuck with that
Fucking
logic.
Virginia public schools.
So you
That's
just
the
said
whole
mathematically
fucking
speaking.
point.
You just said mathematically speaking, you don't fuck with percentages, but you're
From
gonna tell me
a logic-
mathematically speaking.
No. Listen.
Am I crazy?
Yes, you are
Y'all tell
fucking
me why I'm
crazy.
crazy
Yes,
right
you
now.
are fucking crazy.
I don't understand.
Because that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay,
and
explain it.
And you know,
Explain it.
And you know damn well that's not what I'm talking about.
Explain it.
You.
Explain it, because you were cutting me off,
Well,
so
you
I shut the fuck up.
you
and let
said math,
talk.
but then
Doesn't
I
make
said
sense.
math,
go
so
ahead.
it must be the exact same math. It's not the exact same shit, and you know it's not the
Explain
exact
it.
same shit.
Go ahead and explain
And you
it.
know it's not the exact same
Explain
shit.
it.
If I go on 10 dates with 10 different women, right, and I ask these women out, and I, by your logic, pay for all these first dates, et cetera, and they don't work out for whatever reason, just because mathematically it doesn't always work out that way. 10 out of 10, they all don't work out. All that is a deficit to me, right? Right? Is that a deficit to me in terms of me
financially,
paying,
sure.
Financially,
Yeah,
that's a deficit to me paying first,
sure.
right?
Go for it.
So then,
That's me being logical, by the way.
should I not then change my strategy, or should I keep the same strategy because these 5 people say I should keep the same strategy?
Should you keep your same strategy of paying for shit, or
Yes.
how you act on the date?
Keep my same strategy of paying for the dates because some people on the other side of the argument said, well, you're supposed to. Why am I supposed to?
Depends. It all depends. It's
why
based
am
on
I
your personal
supposed to?
experience.
This
But that's
is-
my whole point.
this is-
You say my whole point was you're calling my reaction to what you said emotional and some bitch shit. That was my point. That's the point that got me even on some, okay, let me come back at this motherfucker like this. And you know that's what it was. So you can try to change the narrative and switch to some different topic if you want to. But realistically, it's because you started reacting before I even responded. That's why I came at you like that. What you just said, I have no problem with. But what you said prior to that, yeah, I got a problem with. Because you're saying, okay, this is some bitch shit. Because he said, you got to do this and da-da-da-da. Like, I don't give a fuck what your past experience is. That's your past experience. It's not my past experience. So that has nothing to do with me. So you can sit there and say, like, oh, I'm being crazy, or I'm saying some wild shit, or these people agree with me and that's some wild shit. But it's not true. It's not true at all. I think you should fucking look at your strategy and say, okay, if that's not working for me, which we've actually seen on this podcast, you've sent text messages that didn't get shit. I've sent text messages that got people to respond a certain way. That's personal experience. I have different experiences than you have. That's one thing. But you're not gonna sit here and tell me my argument is bullshit or I'm on some bitch shit because I don't agree with you. That's stupid. That's fucking dumb. That's emotional. And so what you're calling me is exactly what you're being. I don't fucking agree with that. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. That's where it really goes. So no, I wasn't being crazy because I said that. I was just not agreeing with you. I don't have to agree with you.
No,
We got different
I
opinions.
don't think your argument was bitch shit because you don't agree with me. This whole podcast,
It's bitch shit because of what?
This whole podcast is based on us not agreeing with each other. It's bitch shit because it's a basic ass reaction of whenever
Basic to who? By the numbers?
Whenever a guy comes up with his experience in dating, and it's not 100% glowing and positive. The natural reaction is, who hurt you? Fucking everybody.
So
Shut
that's
the
what
fuck
hurt
up.
you when they said that.
That doesn't necessarily mean shit. That's
When they
not,
said that,
that's
what
not
hurt you.
That's not a good counter argument. That's a stupid
So
bullshit
that's what
counter
hurt you
argument.
when they said
Because let me ask you this: when a woman comes up with her negative dating experiences, the reaction, who hurt you?
I say the same
You
thing.
should change.
I say
You know
the same
what?
thing.
You know what? Actually, you know what?
I don't care, male or female.
You know what? It's all your fault for thinking that. No one actually says that. Women are protected when it comes to their dating experiences.
I completely disagree.
And men are thrown to the
I
fucking lions.
completely disagree.
So yes,
Couldn't agree- disagree
when
more.
you come on with the same ass bullshit response,
I hadn't even talked yet.
Of who
I
hurt
hadn't even
you.
talked yet. You were already saying that. And as a matter of fact, when you said what you were thinking, it was completely wrong from what I said. So you were wrong off rip. So shut the fuck up. You were wrong off rip. That wasn't even the same thing. You said something. I said, that's not what I was about to say. And then I went a different direction because that's not where I was going.
And then later, what did you come back?
And later, because of what you kept saying, it got to that point. But no, that wasn't what I started with. So off rip, you were saying some fuck shit. That had nothing to do with me. That's what you felt. Oh, I'm going because I've gone this argument and I've done this and I'm feeling some kind of way. Da, 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 da. Like that had nothing to do with me. That's your personal experience and how you felt about it. That's on you. That's how you felt. That had nothing to do with me because you feel like men and women have different experiences and this different shit.
They do.
That has nothing to do with me. I don't feel like that personally. I feel like, yo, if
You don't
women are
think men and
fucking
women
up,
have different experiences in dating?
I think they have different experiences, but I think when women fuck up, they should be held accountable the same way I think men should. That's my point. So what you're saying to me is ridiculous because I'm literally sitting here saying the same thing. I started the fucking topic. It's not even your topic. I started this shit. And you, like I said, you got me on the other side of it because of how strong you're going on that side.
But I don't
it's
think
not facts.
I don't think. But women aren't held responsible the same way
They
men
are
held responsible.
They are.
No,
By
they're
who?
not.
Because that's a person to
No,
person
they're
basis.
not. Men are not.
Okay, so
Men
what are you?
men are held much
what are you
more
basing that off
responsible.
of? What are you basing that off of?
My experience, the experience,
Your experience
of guys I know, the experiences
So
of
percentages.
guys I've seen.
You're basing it off percentages.
You know damn well that's not how a percentage of. Jesus fucking Christ! This fucking guy with this stupid percentage shit. Just because,
Is that not what you're saying right now?
Just because something is a number doesn't
Myself,
mean they
other
work the
people I've
exact
seen.
same the fucking way.
Okay, so tell me differently. Tell me differently
Damn
how
it.
it's different.
God,
Tell me how it's different. Tell me how it's different.
Such a nitwit.
If it's not making sense, tell me how it's different.
It's not fucking
tell
making
me how
sense.
it's different.
Because you're trying to take the fucking mathematical situation and twist it to your fucking.
Tell me how it's different. I'm not twisting anything. I said you just said percentages don't matter.
It's not the same fucking way at all.
You just said percentages don't matter. They don't matter. And
no,
then your
I didn't say
argument,
percentages don't matter.
Okay, so tell me what you said.
I said the appeal to populace doesn't fucking matter.
Which means what?
Which means Virginia fucking public schools.
Sure,
that just because multiple people agree with your side doesn't
more people agree with your side.
Doesn't mean that they're fucking correct just because they agree with you.
So how do you know when you're correct?
You can see the shit. That's
the dumbest argument.
That's really that's dumber than your fucking argument. That's dumber than your fucking argument of these three people agree with me over here.
That's fucking stupid. That's really stupid.
Fuck out of here.
Show me the people that agree with you. Show me the people that agree with you. If that's the logic,
name every single person that's ever heard. Get the fuck out of here.
Because you're talking percentages.
Fucking stupid.
The whole thing is percentages, but
that's
you're not
how
agreeing
this
with
shit works.
That's how it works.
That's not how fucking.
That is how it works.
No,
if it's
not.
the norm, that's the normal thing. That's what the norm means. That's the normal thing. That's what
not
people
how
feel.
this shit works.
That's exactly how it works. And you can't give me an actual response. All you're doing is responding with emotional shit. You keep, I'm gonna the Virginia public school system. I'm gonna attack because
you're not asking
shit,
questions
whatever.
that have fucking
I've asked
responses.
mad questions. You're not responding with anything
stupid
but emotion.
Fucking questions.
You're responding with straight emotion.
You're
that's all you're responding
dumb fucking
with.
questions that don't have fucking answers. That's the fucking problem.
I'm fine with you responding with emotion.
That's the fucking problem. How the fuck did we even get here?
Somebody hurt you.
How the fuck did we even get here?
Somebody hurt you. That's how we got here.
How the fuck did we even get here? No, somebody hurt you apparently.
Fight for real. I get it.
Me.
I'm cool. I was pissed off at the beginning of this. You're the one emotional now.
Somebody fucking hurt you.
I'm chilling. I'm good. You feeling some kind of way.
You've done this shit before where you've come with ridiculous, stupid fucking arguments.
You say that. You said
and you argue louder.
Saying a ridiculous.
And you argue
louder. I argue louder than you? Me?
Yes.
I argue louder than you.
You argue louder and
that's cute.
And you do all this stupid double speak back and forth that doesn't mean shit.
Okay.
And you gravitate so far away from the original fucking topic that we don't even know what the fuck.
I know exactly what the original topic was.
It's like I'm arguing with somebody on Facebook in real time. Only thing is I can't exactly go back to the transcript and see how the shit fucking started.
Was the original topic.
Accountability is how this shit originally started. Yes.
And your accountability is completely trash. That's what we got into.
Oh,
it's bullshit you're talking. Your accountability is completely trash.
No, it's not.
That's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
What exactly? What exactly
let me use my Brent logic. Let me not respond to anything you say before you say it.
What exactly was trash in what I said? What exactly was trash in what I said?
Let's just go with everything.
Same to you.
Let's use the logic that you were using. Let's just say everything.
Same to you.
All right, let's see. Where we at?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Change of strategy. Casual, cheaper dates. The same date experience. Facts. I'm sure you'll go broke 10 full sit-down dinners. Also facts. So change up the experience to accommodate your finances. I'd hate to be the 11th date, and I like you, but because it didn't go well with the first 10 dates, now you want to pay and make it less special, or now you want me to pay and make it less special.
How's that making it less special? Just because you got
see if she's still here. Hold on.
You have to
argue with her. No, she's still here. Go ahead.
Because you have now because you have to be an adult like me and pay not even the full thing, but just half of the date. It's now not special anymore because why? Because you actually have to bring something to the date. You actually have to be responsible for your part of the date other than just looking pretty. Like why?
And when did you start doing this?
When did
you start making a woman pay for the first date?
Making a woman? You can't make a woman do anything.
Do you need to say everything very specifically for you, or are you going to just pick up context through the conversation? Or are you going to try to penny pick everything I say from this point forward?
Listen, I've
because I know you know what I meant.
So since probably my mid-20s, if a girl,
No, this is only the second time we've ever actually had an argument on camera on this podcast. This is the second time. And this is way less calm. I mean, way more calm, I should say, than the last one.
This is not the same argument.
Last time I was ready to punch him in the fucking face.
It's not the same argument we had last time.
It's a completely different argument. It's not
the same argument we had last time.
Looking pretty wow.
But mid-20s about the time that I started, it was like, so we split, or I at least made the suggestion, so we.
And how many dates was that deep for you?
First.
No, I'm saying like in general, like all.
Oh shit, I don't know.
How many dates have you been on?
Nigga, I don't.
No, just ballpark. Obviously, I'm not asking for an exact number. Ballpark.
I don't don't know. Hundreds? I don't know.
Really?
Kind of ballpark? I don't know.
See, I think this is a
I've
big
dated
factor.
since I was a teenager. I'm 36 now, so 20...
Let me turn this way and respond.
Some 20 years of dating? I don't know.
I feel like this has a big piece of it because I have not dated this many people where I feel so fucking pissed off by every
how
fucking
many
date
dates does
that
a
goes
person
on.
have over 20 years? I don't know.
I don't know. Depends on the person because everything is different. For me personally, I have not been on that many dates where I'm just reaching all the time. And the dates I have been on, I don't mind reaching. When did you feel like you reached that point where you were like how many number of dates was it before you reached that point is what I'm asking you.
Before I was like...
I'm not reaching anymore. Because I think this has based off of what you just said, this has a lot to do with our argument. This has a lot to do, with this argument because he's lived in California your whole life, right?
Yeah, a little over a handful.
And I lived in Virginia, where it's a lot slower, a lot less a little over a handful.
A little over a handful.
So under 10, got you there.
Give or take, yeah, probably.
Yeah, see, nah. So
It was-
never
it
mind.
was- it was in my-
Jesus Christ, he had 35.2, 6 point something. This motherfucker went crazy.
It was in my early.
Shouts to Giannis.
Early to mid 20s where I was like, you know what? Why should I have to pay for this shit? Like on a regular basis like this, where I started rethinking like, okay, cheaper dates. If I have to pay.
When did you start thinking you need to change
Dutch.
your dynamic on a date? When did you start thinking that? Because I know you do that now. You'd be like, yo, how do I set this up? Because we've had these conversations. So, like, when did that happen?
Where, like, it's harder to set up a date?
No, not to set up, but when you're on a date. Like, what changed with you at that point? Like, when did you decide, like, okay, maybe I'm dating wrong. I'm doing something different, and I need to figure out how to get past that first couple dates so I can, like, really be me. Because you ask me questions like that. I know we've had this conversation.
No, my dates are relatively all right. Like, at this point, my biggest issue is getting there. Like,
So the first part, before they actually commit to showing up,
yeah,
is the biggest issue for you.
and actually that's only been really since really the last 5 years or so.
What's your longest relationship?
Really since I hit 30.
What's your longest relationship?
30-ish, about a year.
Out of 36 years, your longest relationship is a year?
You've asked me this before, and I've told you this before.
It's
yes.
a year?
Yes. I've been in a couple of relationships that lasted about a year.
And I told you my longest shit?
Was what?
6 and 5.
Okay.
And I'm 31 going on 32 and by Thursday. So the day this drops, I'll be 32.
Yeah, so you don't really have any experience.
I don't have any. I got longer relationships than you. What do you mean I don't have any experience?
Dating experience. That's 11 years of your adulthood gone.
Inside of a relationship.
Right, yeah. You don't have dating. You don't have dating
that takes
experience.
that takes me back to 21.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. And I had
So
girlfriends prior.
we're on two different.
Completely different concepts.
Yeah.
Because I haven't paid for that many dates like that. I paid for a lot. No, let me take it back. I paid for a ton of fucking dates.
Not first.
But I was dating the girl.
Right,
And I
right.
did pay for those, mind you. But that's different. That's not the same thing.
Not at all.
That makes a lot of
Different.
sense of why we have completely different philosophies. Like, that makes a lot of sense to me. Let's see here. Let's see. Chelsea said, looking pretty wow. I've dated a lot, but not that many. When I feel burned out, I take a break. Single now and enjoying it. Letting my hurt go before I try again. Brain strata. Let me see. Quality over quantity. I'd go broke too if I dated hundreds. Haha. It's because he doesn't want to pay for dates. You just don't want to pay for dates in general? Did you pay for dates when you were actually with somebody completely?
Yeah.
Like wholeheartedly?
Yeah.
Who paid for most?
It usually even out, give or take.
Would they say the same thing?
Yeah.
Would they?
Yeah.
By the way, side note,
Because also in those circumstances they weren't tight with the purse strings. They were more than willing to pay also.
Okay, all right, fair enough. So they were making enough money to be like,
and
it's cool.
it wasn't.
And where were y'all eating at?
Wherever we decided.
5-star restaurants, or just like some regular Red Lobster, Applebee's?
Sometimes it was a 5-star. T liked the 5-star shit.
Special events though.
No, she
Oh, see, that's a problem.
T liked to spend money.
All right, I take it all back. I agree with Brent now.
One of them liked to spend money.
I'm not doing that.
One of them was a big fan of Ruth Chris.
Really?
Yes.
You gonna take me to Ruth Chris for the podcast? I feel like 100 episodes. You should take me out to Ruth Chris. And you should pay
I
for
should
it.
take you out to Ruth Chris.
You should pay for it. Yeah.
Well, since you set it up, you should be the one to pay for it.
No, I didn't set it up.
No, by your logic, your logic, you suggested the place.
No.
You suggested the place.
I didn't suggest it.
You suggested.
I put it into the universe. This is
the
California
time for the 100th episode.
This is California.
You did it.
This is California. So, yeah. I didn't suggest anything.
Yes, Trey. You can take me to Ruth Chris.
I put it into the universe.
You can take me to Ruth Chris. Yes, you can.
Put it in the universe.
By your logic, yes, you can.
Listen.
By your logic, since you suggested it, you have to pay for it. By your logic.
Yo, here's a question. How long was the Orient episode? It was 3,000, 4,000? How long was it?
It's like 6.
Was it?
Yes.
It was fucking 6?
It was 3 solid ass episodes.
It was 3 twice. Holy shit.
Yeah. We're nowhere near.
So we're not. I can't say this is the longest episode ever. I can't say it. By ourselves. This is the longest. No. Okay. Damn. I put another.
Not even close.
Gotta head out to my.
So Trey's taking me to Ruth's Chris. Man, what am I gonna order? Am I gonna get like a porterhouse? Am I gonna get what's the most expensive steak they got there? I'm gonna have to start thinking.
It's chill.
Shit. Give me some potatoes and vegetables. That's gonna be good. I'm gonna get a doggy bag.
Chill.
They got ribs there. They got barbecue ribs there.
You had to tell me. I don't know. I didn't respond to a text, so I'm getting attacked. I was supposed to do something. I didn't do it. I got attacked for it. All right. I'm gone. I'm leaving. Wait. Whoa. You have a fuck you of the week? Damn, Bobby Porter's at 16-3. That was it. You have a fuck you of the week?
Do I have a fuck you of the week?
Probably you motherfuckers. He hates y'all right now.
I actually don't know that I have a fuck you of the week. You got one?
I definitely got one. I started this fucking topic. You don't think I got one?
Go for it.
Yo, shouts to my ex for being a fucking dickhead. You are one of the worst people, accountability-wise, that I've ever seen in my life. Like, honestly, this shit's piss poor at best. And I hate it. I hate people that... This is the whole reason me and Brent got in an argument on this podcast. Technically, it's not, because we switched topics. But the basis of it, what started this topic, was because of your fucking bullshit. I hate the fact that...
See what women do to men?
Right. I hate the fact that you're a person that can go and do some fuck shit and then feel as though that you have the right to do more fuck shit because I respond as a regular human. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like somebody that responds with like a, hey, you're a dickhead and you should be treated as such in this moment. Not forever, in this moment. And then to follow up and double down, you do more fuck shit that makes me want to treat you like a dickhead going forward forever. So, fuck you, because you're a terrible person in that instance. Like, you literally are the worst fucking human when it comes to accountability and taking credit for your own fucking actions. Me, on the other hand, I do growth. I try to be better. I try to do better shit. I try to learn from my mistakes. I try not to be this person. Even with me and Brent sitting here arguing, we did this before, right? Mm-hmm. So this time it didn't turn into a fucking fight. Yeah, we got heated. He started calling me names and shit, but I broke it down. Calm down. You know what? Fuck you, Brent.
Calm like Eileen.
Right. Fuck you, Brent. Suck my dick, Brent. Good night, Cap. He probably already gone. Chelsea, bye. Everybody left because they know we're closing. But that was good interaction though. But yeah, fuck you, dog. Cause like for real, you've done some fuck shit, and it's like ridiculous at this point. Like the fact that you feel like that's okay, and you think that over a long period of time, you're not going to get fucked over by whoever you're fucking with when you act the way you've been acting is beautiful to me, and I love it. Because fuck you at the end of the day. That's what's going to happen. It's going to happen. They're going to fuck you over because you're a dick. And that's how you're going to act, and that's what it's going to be, and that's all I really got to say. That's it at the end of the day. Fuck you for the week. That goes to you. Maybe next week I won't feel the same, but I'm pretty sure I will, because you just keep doing fuck shit and you can't help yourself. So, yeah, fuck you. Any fuck yous of the week, Brent?
My fuck you of the week goes to this cough. It is the last lingering thing. This cough and this heat / sweat that I have, like at night, it's just fucking, it's the last lingering thing that I have, and I need to get back in this fucking gym. I'm fucking upset. I lost all the gains.
I'm upset.
I lost all the fucking gains that I had last week. My chest was starting to get tight, my arms starting to get bigger, and I was like, okay, if I wake up tomorrow and I feel good enough, I'm gonna hit the gym. And I woke up today and I felt good enough, except for this fucking cough. So fuck this cough. You got any good vibes?
Yeah, my good vibes go to Jesse Evans. He's been a part of our podcast for the last like 2 weeks. Song came out today. He decided he was gonna do the single with the record that me and him made.
Word.
And that shit dropped today. Shit was fire. Actually, I'll probably send it to you to put at the end of the podcast. Like, we can actually throw it up there because we got all the rights to it. It won't get taken down on YouTube.
Word.
He killed the shit. I killed the shit. Bars. Everybody's been fucking with it. Record's hard. I appreciate him for fucking, bringing me out of retirement for this one. I got a lot to say. Tonight, I got a lot more to say. I started writing bars today before you got here because I was like, this podcast needs to start. I got shit to say. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to start writing because I'm so irritated. So, shouts to Jesse Evans, man. You killed that shit. Like, he is basically musically what you are as a podcaster or an entertainer, a fucking person. Because
Devastatingly handsome?
That's not what I was saying. No, I hate both of you from that perspective. But from the perspective of you're good at what the fuck you do, and you're not like trash. Mm-hmm. Like, you're really good at putting together videos. You're good at editing shit. And I know I'm good at that shit. Jesse is the same exact fucking way. Like, I saw him post this shit today, and I was like, yo. The snippet he put out yesterday was fire. Then he showed me the full. I'm like, yo, the way he did this is crazy. Like, people won't even realize how crazy it is because he's not famous. I'm not famous. And they don't get the concept of how much really went into that shit. But let me tell you, that shit is epic. Because he took some shit from 10, 11 years ago and made it something current that I did, sampled me, and did all this shit and put it into the shit is fucking incredible. And I was just like, yo, this motherfucker's nice. Like, he's nice with the shit. So, yeah, shouts to Jesse Evans. That's my good vibes for the week.
Yeah.
You got any good vibes?
Yeah, my good vibes for the week go out to... My good vibes for the week go out to...
I feel like this is going to be me.
My good vibes of the week go out to
Trey. Trey's site. What did I do? I don't even know what I'm getting. I'm so curious why I'm getting these good vibes.
To Trey Sykes for his damn birthday, which will be officially on the day this episode drops.
Yes, sir. Cheers to you, brother. Hey, appreciate
one more go around.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying I was right?
No, you were wrong as fuck.
Okay, all right.
In all seriousness, I can't think of too many other people I'd want to do this shit with.
Agreed. By the way,
you're funny, you're smart, you keep me on my toes, even whether we agree or not.
Even if we disagree
completely.
If
we disagree, you definitely bring some shit out of me.
Yeah.
So happy birthday.
Hey, brother. Appreciate you.
And may the next time we do this shit, we do it with that Joe Rogan bag.
Hey, hell yeah. Nigga, listen, if I get that Joe Rogan bag, birthday gonna be different. That shit happened Wednesday. It's just, before we even drop the podcast from the last one, they should just drop the Joe Rogan bag on us.
And then our next podcast will just open with, have you ever done DMT?
The next podcast will open with Fear Factor. I'm not even gonna say hit it. I'm just gonna say Fear Factor, and then I'm gonna say UFC when we come back. It's like anything Joe Rogan, the Joe Rogan experience,
yeah.
all that shit. And I'm
just
gonna do all that.
Just steal all the shit.
Absolutely. But nah, I appreciate that for real. Like, I appreciate it, bro. 32, shit's crazy. Life is weird. California's weird. All this shit is weird.
Don't go spend all that Joe Rogan bag on first dates though.
I'm gonna spend all of it on first dates.
Don't spend.
No, but you know what's different though? Another thing, just on a side note, I don't do digital dating. So that's a big deal. Like, I never do that shit.
That's really the only way you can date these days.
Nah, bars and shit. I meet people all the time. Of some other shit. We completely different with that, because I swear to God, I still meet people in person. I do. I swear to God, I got like 2 people right now that fuck with me and they want to meet. And then, like, other than Bigo is a different animal, but a lot of those people out of the country.
Bars, at least, well, I don't know how they are now, as I really haven't been.
Bars and different events, like friends that invite me places. Mm-hmm. Like Faith, for instance, she's invited me a million places. I meet people and they fuck with me. Like, we got a certain vibe, we got a certain chill, and it's like, all right, yeah, I fuck with that too.
But we've had that discussion on the pod too, where it's like
you don't, like, it's completely different.
Meeting people in person for me has not worked since puberty, since high school.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe the Bucks won the championship. That's crazy. Yo, shout out to Giannis, man. Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, PJ Tucker, Mike Budenholzer. I don't even like Mike Budenholzer for real. I think he's not a great coach, but Giannis is a beast. I know you don't watch basketball, but, you know. Good ass episode. I think it's a good follow-up episode to the really funny one. I think it's a good balance. I don't have anything else to say. You got anything else that you need to promote or something?
Oh, well, you know, the stuff that we normally say.
Yeah, but what about you? Like videos you dropped? You dropped some videos this week.
Yeah, for
late
the pod.
reviews and shit. Way late reviews, late movie reviews. How do you say that shit?
That goes.
Long
in,
overdue movie
that goes
reviews.
into it. Yeah, long
Giannis
overdue
is a
movie reviews.
champion.
I don't know what this week's is gonna be because I haven't done it yet, but we'll see.
I don't like that dance he's doing. That's not a champion dance. That's a hooker dance. Don't do that. Technical bro. Okay, so
free dinner.
where can they find you, Brent?
They can find me at Surreal469, SURREAL, the number's 469, on everything, including YouTube. Sundays is long overdue movie reviews. I have been lagging on those just because I've been sick. I've been lagging on everything, but you're going to get a new one. The latest one was Cradle to the Grave.
I saw that.
Jet
How the fuck
Li.
have you never seen Cradle to the Grave? Are you kidding me?
Because that's my whole movie experience. There's a whole bunch of shit I've never seen before.
But I'm the same way, but like, that shit feels like, why is that white dude always there? Who is that?
He's probably an owner
You don't know that guy?
or a fan.
He's
or
not an
something.
owner. I thought you would have known him because
Anyway,
he's a famous person.
Surreal469 and everything. Surreal200 on Instagram when I'm able to get back into the gym and work out, which I keep saying feels like any day now, but every time I say that, it's another day. So I'm not going to say when that'll be.
What gym are you a part of right now?
24.
Oh, okay. Got it. I'm thinking of joining LA again.
24, and then my homeboy has backyard like circuit training shit.
Me too.
That I go to
EB.
3 days a week.
You want to join EB?
In Virginia?
He's in California, bro.
Oh.
Don't do that. Like, relax. He's
That's a bit of a commute, bro.
in Inglewood. Chill.
My homeboy works out in Inglewood, actually.
Perfect. Have you seen EB?
No.
He looks like a black angel. He's like whatever
like
black
from
angels were supposed to look like. That's what he looks
like from the show Angel, like David Boreanaz?
I don't know. Fuck that. Don't say David Boreanaz to me.
Like from the show Angel?
I know Giannis. It's in a Goomba.
Like from the spinoff Buffy?
I never watched Buffy, man.
Where can they find you, Trey?
They can find me at 1989 TRE on everything except for YouTube and Instagram because they hate me apparently, except for today. Today Instagram worked because Brent wasn't a part of it.
Yeah.
So they like me not so much. So I take it back. You can find me everywhere except for YouTube because YouTube hates me. And yeah, where can they find us?
They can find us everywhere they find their favorite podcast. We're on 13 different audio platforms. If you're watching us, all the links are in the description. If you're listening to us and you want to see our bright and shiny faces, all you have to do is go to tinyurl.com/getHereTube. That's tinyurl.com/getHereTube. That is a direct link to our YouTube page. We drop clips there every so often. We drop video episodes there every week. We have a Patreon. $1.99 gets you access to bonus material.
Is that it? $1.99, Brent?
I'm out of my mind. $1.99.
That's it?
Gets you bonus
and they still won't buy
bonus content.
What bitches, Brent?
Patreon.com.
I'm sick of it.
That is a bitch response.
They can suck my dick.
That is a bitch response.
I'm sick of
That's
it.
a bitch response. Not going to patreon.com/getherepod.
Hey, man, listen. Chris Paul commercial playing after he just lost in the finals is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Hilarious.
Fucking State Farm commercial. I mean, honestly, if I was thinking about the NBA and I was thinking about everything they've done and Little Chris being in the video and the new, what is this guy's name? He became the black version of the white guy and white people hated it. But nonetheless, I feel like State Farm at this point right here, Brent, at this exact moment after the finals when he just lost, them playing his commercial, I feel like State Farm hit it.
Man, Jesse Evans in the building. The one and only. I listen to Jesse Evans. I'm gonna admit it right now. I'm a fan.
Yeah, this shit's a whole vibe, and this bitch the whole night. They be playing both sides, trusting them, and I stay by my bro side. Can't fuck with the whole type, we be with the whole squad. Can't let them win. Yeah, this shit's a whole vibe, and this bitch the whole night. They be playing both sides, trusting them, and I stay by my bro side. Can't fuck with the whole type, we be with the whole squad. Can't let them win. No. The climate peaks cause Cause your grind is weaker, lines the feature, my mind is secret. The finest features from diamond speakers, designer sneakers, finest keepers. I'm back on my bullshit. No mic, but I'm shooting and I'm back with a full clip. Pay attention to the flows I'm delivering. Cut off of my bros to my hoes to my women friends. Division them, all for the dividends. Realize what you're giving them. Go and get the Benjamins. Yeah, this is the world that we're living in. Yeah, this is a lane you're never driven in. Never giving in, don't be a simpleton. Nor bring the record like I've gone to the Wimbledon. Never giving in, don't be a simpleton. Nor bring the record like I've gone to the Wimbledon. Jay, why you gotta do them like that? Why you gotta do them like that? I'm like that. Why is that booty so fat? Why is that booty so fat? And you know I never stop and this shit gon' bop. Cause I came with a crazy ass flow. Now let me bring the hook like 1 to the 2 to the 3 to the motherfucker.
Yeah, this shit's a whole vibe and this bitch the whole night. They be playing both sides. I'm trusting them and I stay by my bro side. Can't fuck with the whole tide. We be with the whole squad. Can't let them win. Yeah, this shit's a whole vibe and this bitch the whole night. They be playing both sides. I'm trusting them and I stay by my bro side. Can't fuck with the whole tide. We be with the whole squad. Can't let them win. No.
Ain't never that though, never that bro. Flows out of shit, young Petro. Just increasing the flame, never depending on fame. Shorty be screaming my name and it's sort of a shame. Cause she ain't even mine, I bag half the time. So if the jig is up, I'm like a mastermind. Poof, I'll be gone till November. I'ma circle back, probably right around the winter. End of the year, you know I'm in it weird. She only had 3 wishes and one was I reappear. Cause I'm a whole vibe, to leave a whole type. Cause when I check out, I change your whole life. Most these niggas are depreciating assets. Main claim to fame is a fucking cat flex. For me, I'm a god level MC. Who even with a limp bags, all of these bad bitches and new world savages who rather have mad issues or label they dad issues. Mad tissues and texts of I miss you. To keep your ass in line, they can't risk you. But that's the last straw, pillow talks too far. Be happy I matured and only dropped a few bars. Both for Pedro, I told him I'd do it. A whole vibe now, Cody ride to the music.